Guys?
We got haircuts.
We did.
You know who else gets haircuts probably?
Who?
Sonic.
Yeah, maybe.
Are his quills part of his body, or are they just like, are they fur?
About as much as hair is part of the body, I
wouldn't
imagine.
fur also just be part of the body?
Oh no.
I have the special horn. Oh,
Get the fuck out of the way, Banjo.
I have lipstick on that now. You know what else Sonic does?
What's Sonic doing?
Go
He's in.
fast.
Yeah. Have you seen how fast he goes? And he was in movies.
He was in movies. He was in 4 movies soon.
Yeah, also technically 4 movies if you count the ugly Sonic from that one Chip and Dale movie.
I don't, but technically 4
Actually,
movies if you count the Sonic original video animation.
Technically 5 if you count the OVA.
I did count the OVA.
OVA.
The original video animation.
Yeah, the OVA.
It's a Sonic anime short film.
Well, it's like 20, 30 minutes long.
Oh.
Yeah.
Film isn't the word though.
Well, you know.
And that's what we're talking about. We're
Hi.
talking about video game films. What's up? My name is Starla.
I'm Ghost Goat, but my friends call me Goat, and my best friends call me Tanner.
And I am Stooge, the first Stooge.
Welcome to the Stooges, where we're incredibly awkward in the intro and then we don't stop fucking jumping topics.
Yeah, we have no idea how to start these things or end these things.
Nope.
But we roll with it. We roll with the punches and we don't forget.
We don't forget.
We don't forget.
We never forget.
We haven't forgotten. Have you forgotten? Fucking write it down next time, asshole.
Forgotten. I forgot.
You forgot? We got donuts here today. Good old Timmy's Donuts from the Timmy's down the road.
Yep.
Mine looks like it was already licked or something. It wasn't. It was
Mine's
just
Boston cream.
Boston cream. I hardly know her. We're probably going to be eating donuts throughout the episode, so sorry if it's gross. I can always cut it out or something.
Donuts aren't gross, actually.
He's especially going to be making a lot of fucking noises because he
you.
loves donuts. He absolutely loves them.
This is why you just put us on and then like alt-tab to another thing.
Mm-hmm.
That way you can just listen to us and not have to worry about us eating donuts.
What are you doing right now when you're listening to this? Are you playing like Warframe? Are you editing? Are you watching a better YouTube video but you wanted to give us at least a view so you put us on the top tab and muted the tab so it still counted as a view?
I appreciate
Let me know in the comments.
I appreciate that. So,
Video game movies.
video game movies.
That is the topic
Specifically
of today.
Video games.
I will
based
be honest,
on
I have not seen that
movie
many.
IPs.
I haven't even seen Detective Pikachu yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
actually
and I think
haven't.
that's really funny.
I haven't seen that either.
It's pretty alright.
Yeah.
I like it.
I've heard that it's like, I feel like Sonic has set a new standard now, but Detective Pikachu was known as like one of the good ones
Yes.
back in the day.
It did well in the box office. The Pokemon designs looked good.
Mm-hmm.
And it was better than the game.
Is Zubat in the movie?
I think so.
He better be. I better see my boy
There's a
Zubat.
lot of Pokemon in the movie.
Yes.
There's a Pikachu
What about Metagross?
Yeah,
and Cubone.
yeah.
Metagross in there?
I don't think so. There's Charizard. I know there's.
I don't think Metagross.
I know there's a
is real,
Magikarp and a
actually.
Gyarados. I think there's a Bulbasaur. I think there's a Squirtle.
There might be.
Is there a Mr. Mime?
There's a Charizard.
I think so. Yeah.
There's a Mr. Mime.
Yeah, there's a
And
Mr.
then
Mime.
there's a Psyduck who's gonna like blow up the car if he thinks too hard or something.
Yeah.
Too.
There are Greninjas that fucking kill a guy.
There's
Wait,
Gold.
fucking really?
Yeah, okay, so spoilers for
Yes,
movies
if
that
you
we end
haven't
up talking
seen,
about.
I'll try to like maybe put a list down at the bottom. You're gonna see that I'm a better editor than this short stack of fucking IHOP pancakes over here. I'm gonna put down a list of all the movies that we likely talked about, and if you haven't seen any of them, I probably haven't either, but we might go into spoiler territory, so just like, viewer discretion is advised, like what it used to say at the beginning of Robot Chicken. I didn't know what that meant. I watched it anyways. So wait, Greninja kill someone?
Yeah, like 3 Greninja like cause a car crash and kill Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, wow. Wait, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
They kill him and turn him into a Pikachu. A very marketable
Yes.
Pikachu.
I just remembered what the plot of the game was when you said that they killed Ryan Reynolds.
Mhm.
Dude, it's just like Deadpool.
It's exactly like Deadpool.
Is it?
Which isn't a video game movie, but a
Does it
movie.
have as nearly as much actual huge, like, full-on nudity as the first Deadpool?
That depends if you count
Technically.
Pokemon as nude, since they don't wear clothes.
True. Well, Detective Pikachu has a hat.
Charizard
yeah, he's
doesn't.
the exception.
He doesn't?
No.
Shit just hang out.
Just free fire on
Free
the
falling?
tail.
I remember
Free Fallen.
seeing a trailer where there was a Golurk standing up in the back.
Oh wow, black and white. I guess that makes sense because
They got a
it's
lot
being in
of-
a city.
They got a lot of Pokemon.
Sword and Shield wasn't out when
He's
Detective
tall.
Pikachu came out, was
I
it?
don't think so. I don't think so. I don't remember.
Sword
any
and Shield was like
Pokemon-
2017, 18, I think.
Maybe.
No, wait. Yeah, it was.
I don't remember any Pokemon past X and Y. No,
Mhm.
Sun and Moon showing up in the
Okay.
movie.
Better times.
Yeah, times before the Pokemon games
I was a
were on Switch.
Maybe.
We should just sit down and watch that movie.
We should. I know Mewtwo's in the movie, and Mewtwo's my favorite legendary.
A lot of that is just gonna be us doing the fucking. Remember?
Oh my god, Pokemon!
Pokemon!
Mewtwo!
I remember
It's
that.
Pikachu!
That's
Fuck! Like that type beat.
Oh my god, it's my favorite fucking Pokemon. Magnemite.
Yeah,
I like Magnemite.
I can tell.
I like Metagross.
You look
though.
like the kind of guy that
Metagross
would like
is my
Magnemite.
favorite. You think Reggie Giga shows up in the movie?
No.
You should.
You know, Sonic also had 3 movies.
Sonic did have 3 movies.
Ow!
But
I just recently rewatched all of them actually, and it was a lot of fun.
But
You did.
I actually kind of forgot. Like, I feel like it was good in the theaters, but I do not remember Sonic 2 taking so long to feel like a Sonic film.
yeah,
Like, for some reason, even though it was like, oh, seeing Eggman take on those weird guys that we never see again in any sort of canon at all, like before Knuckles comes out of the
on the
portal.
Mushroom Planet.
Yeah, like we don't know what that was about.
That was weird.
But and I don't hate the dance sequence with Sonic and Tails. Like I don't mind that whole shtick, but for some reason it didn't feel like it was a Sonic film until they got to like the snowy area. Like where the owl thing, when they got the compass. It started to feel like a Sonic film when we got to the
It
compass.
started feeling like
shows up
a
in, like,
globe-trotting
the Eggmobile.
adventure, and we got like the underwater labyrinth temple with the Master Emerald.
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
Yeah.
I remember I didn't watch the trailers when I came out. So the fucking I was so excited at the end where Rodney gets all the parts and makes like the giant Death Egg robot because I didn't know that was in the movie. I genuinely
I didn't
know
either.
that.
I don't remember that
I
being in the
didn't-
trailers at
Yeah,
all.
well, I didn't watch the
They
trailers.
hit that pretty well in the trailers, if I remember correctly.
And so I saw that. I saw like you see like the tornado and then the cloud shows and it's like the staff.
The silhouette and all of that, yeah,
like,
dude.
Oh my god.
And he sounds a
One of
lot
my
like Mike
favorite.
Pollock's Eggman. I know
Oh.
that Mike Pollock is like not a good person. I don't know a lot about that.
I
A Zionist or whatever,
I mean-
Zionist. I don't know what the term is.
I feel like I don't know enough about the situation.
But I am extremely nostalgic for Mike Pollock's Eggman, and so hearing the synthesized voice come out of that robot sounding a little bit more like Mike
Oh,
Pollock,
yeah.
especially when he was saying like "come and get it," he was doing the thing. That sounded a lot like him, and that got me excited.
Mike
Oh,
Pollock,
it's very good.
I like his voice as Eggman. I just think he's kind of an asshole.
He seems a little like, "Oh, I'm Eggman, so I can't be touched," kind of thing.
It's something like
I
that.
mean, he is the
Because he'll just like get into beef on Twitter.
I
You know who else has been doing that weirdly, actually, that I gotta bring up at least somewhere? Space Hamster. For some reason, he's just saying like nothing bad. Like he's not saying anything like politically incorrect or anything, but he's just like his Twitter now just is, and it's the Space Hamster Twitter that's like attached to his face and everything. It's just him like getting mad at people on Twitter and like talking about game journalists and just like instigating fights on Twitter with like journalists and like
That's-
politics, and it's just like I'm probably am guilty of doing a little bit on Twitter, but I was on Twitter before I was like doing YouTube stuff,
yeah.
and I don't what is the word? I don't promote my Twitter because of it, because like it is just kind of, I use it for my content, but I don't like promote it as like Ali Starla's Twitter account.
No.
I promote my Blue Sky as that.
Yeah.
Because Blue Sky is more so where I'm about like Ali Starla as a content creator.
Mhm.
So it's just weird to see the same Space Hamster that used to promote his YouTube videos talking about like American politics.
Mm.
It's like this, we know you're space, like if you're on the Space Hamster Twitter account,
Yeah.
can you go back to streaming Terraria, please? Or making content again, you know, it's just weird. But yeah, Mike Pollock does kind of the same thing, I feel like.
He does something like that. I just don't like him for that one time. One of the Eggman voice actors for the show died of a heart attack.
Oh.
This was a long time ago. And there was a tweet that was talking about and like celebrating the history of Eggman. And one of them made like mention of the voice actor talking about like the late great. I forget who it was.
Which was it the guy who voiced him in the SA games, the Sonic Adventure games?
I think it was that guy. Yeah, I think it was the adventure guy.
The one you can barely hear behind the music.
Yeah, the one that goes chaos.
The one that goes like.
I was thinking it was the guy who voiced him in the old Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon. Although I'm pretty sure he was already dead before that.
I distinctly remember Mike Pollock making a reply to that tweet going, well, if he's so great, why isn't he here?
Are you fucking
Yeah.
serious?
Yes, you can look this stuff up. Like, that's a real tweet he made.
What the fuck, Mike Pollock? That's a man who died. Is it because the man was like a right winger or something?
I don't know. I don't think so.
If
I
he's
don't know.
so great, then why is he not around?
Like,
Dog.
why isn't he here? And he goes, oh, wait. Like, yeah, he died of a heart attack, jackass.
That's fucking Did he like know that he had died? Well, he
Yes.
commented on it.
Yes, he was fully
Holy
aware.
fuck, dude.
People have the tendency to talk.
I hope I never get that way. I hope that I never feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
I'm untouchable.
I rarely ever tweet. I should probably get into tweeting more. Probably like Transformers related. Well,
I should probably
It's
get
what
into
I mean.
tweeting more.
To be
It's
specific.
crazy.
Because some people just fucking have a thought and they're like, I gotta tell Waka. No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't. You don't need to explain it. Like, well, don't say anything. If you got nothing good to say, maybe shut the fuck up. Maybe don't say it. Just you know it.
Well, if people have a good thing to say, why are all the dead people that have a good thing to say not around?
Yeah, why are they dead?
Take that, libtard. That's crazy. What a crazy thing to say.
That's
what I'm going to say when Onision dies. When Onision dies, I'm going to be like, well, if all these kids are so good, why isn't Onision around to talk about them?
I don't want to sit here in some like holier than
He's fucking
thou
dead.
thing because like I'm not. But I genuinely can't imagine me going like unless I went into a state of like psychosis. I can't. I can't imagine me becoming like you said like other content creators where it's like it's just them and they're just.
That's what
shit.
Beyonce said. You're not irreplaceable, all right? You
You're
must not know about me. I can
Okay.
have another in a minute.
If anyone,
Better fat, heal me in a minute, baby.
anything that I've ever gotten, like whether it's a donation or a sub, I'm very extremely thankful for because I know there's.
Yeah, that's why you beg
there's-
for them all the fucking time when I stream and I'm self-conscious about getting subs.
That would they could give them to me instead.
No.
But,
Fuck you.
but I also know that they could have given that money to like 1,000 other
I hope that
streamers
when
out
we
there
get
doing the
famous
same thing
enough,
I am.
your caricature is like the Monopoly Man. Like in the same way that Schlatt's caricature in like QSMP is like a corrupt politician or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
How you're gonna be like a
I
Monopoly Man.
love his persona in that. I need to establish a persona. I need to get an avatar and I gotta
Just play the
show
games. Yeah, I was about to say, just play the games.
I need,
Speaking of games and movies, my main topic what came to me. Video game movies. That's
Yes.
your topic, right?
Yeah, of course.
The main thing I want to delve into.
Persona movie would go hard.
Persona
okay,
movie would go hard. The main thing I want to get into is talking about what video games we would love to see adapted to movies, and what video games we think work better as just straight video games.
Ooh.
And this came to me because I found out on the official Bloodborne subreddit that Jacksepticeye
Yes!
is producing a Bloodborne movie.
Yes, he
What?
is. Yes, he is.
What do you mean?
You know Jacksepticeye?
Yeah.
Top of the morning to you, laddies. My name is Jacksepticeye.
Welcome to Happy Wheel! And then just like,
because I could confuse Jack fucking Septiceye with anyone else on the planet.
Markiplier. Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier. and Welcome back. to
Hello,
5
everybody. My
Minutes
name is
of
Jack Septiceye.
Fame.
You were saying?
so he got in touch, I guess, with FromSoft, and
Where?
now he's producing. Yeah, I don't know.
Why?
Where did they go?
Because he likes Bloodborne. It's one of his
He's
favorite.
got.
Okay,
Doesn't he
okay.
have the tattoo on
He
his
has the
arm?
tattoo. He has like
Okay.
Bloodborne like
Okay.
merch.
I didn't know he was like a super fan. I
He
mean,
is such a big fan.
I
that
still
he
have to
is-
play Bloodborne.
Some people have
Maybe
the
I'll stream
arguments of like any times a work of something or an adaptation is being made.
I'll stream it just so I have
that
an
sometimes
excuse to
having a
continue to
super
shit on
fan
Elden Ring.
might not be the best choice, but I think for video games it is the exact opposite. Where it's like I feel like for video game movies you should be having super fans because they actually play the fucking games.
I just
The
think you
amount
need
of
somebody
people-
who knows the material.
Because
Yeah.
so many games where it's like we're making a video game movie and it's like who's the director? It's like
Can we
someone who has
include
never
video game
touched a controller
adaptation
in their
shows
life.
into this conversation so I have an excuse to talk about the God of War adaptation as well?
Yeah, the one that's coming out.
Yeah.
I feel like it's safe to lump those in there because
Because
not every video game
I don't
thing
know,
is going to be a
I
full
was
movie.
kind of the mindset that I feel like they should have had a person of color casted as Kratos. Like, I know that the guy who's gonna play Kratos voiced Thor, and he does kind of look like Kratos, and I know that Kratos isn't necessarily like, he's a Greek man, but that man was black. Like, before he got the ashes pasted onto his skin, that was a man of color.
Yes.
He has always been voiced by a man of color. Like, the Kratos is a black man. I'm sorry. I know he's Greek. I feel like that's not controversial to say. You know, just like how I think Ganondorf, that's a black man. Gerudo are people of color. That is very obvious based on the culture that they're based off of and, like, how they continue to kind of have those characteristics, you know what I mean? Same, like, I would say the same thing about Saz from Final Fantasy 13. That is a black man.
Is the character playing Kratos like having like his skin covered with like the stuff to like?
Well, this is also the problem with the God of War adaptation is that we don't know how much it's adapting outside of the games. We only know it's adapting God of War 18 and Ragnarok. And it's not, like, we don't know what it's going to do with,
like if it's going to change the material or try to...
Yeah, we don't know how it's going to handle the material of the previous games. Of, like, 1, 2, and 3 and the choices that he makes. And it's just like, I know that the color of Kratos' skin is not important to his character, but fans are going to see a white man turn whiter, and they're going to be like, you know, like, that's not what he looked like. I feel like it's not nearly as important as some person of color roles. Like, you know, voice acting is very, very blurry. When Matt Mercer came out as voicing Ganondorf, no one was upset. I don't think Zelda fans perceive Ganondorf as being a person of color as much as some of us do. I personally think he is, outside of, like, demon forms or when he gets the Triforce and his morality is kind of stripped from him.
It's also different because regardless of who's voicing him, the model itself is still Ganon.
Well, that was a conversation that I don't remember. Some people seem to think that Sung One started it, where it was like people of color should only be voicing people of color. I know he didn't actually say that, but I remember seeing that floating around on Twitter, and it is like a serious conversation of like people of color should be voicing people of color. Like, Saz in the English adaptation of Final Fantasy 13 is voiced by a man of color. Reno Wilson, he voices a lot in Transformers. And there have been conversations around that, around like, I can't remember what it was, there was another game that had come out that had a person of color and a white man was voicing him, and it was like a huge problem. Where it was like, a white man is now having to sound like a person of color.
Yeah.
Even though it's just voice acting, it's still problematic.
What I'm curious about with the God of War thing is how much of the games are actually going to be adapted.
Yeah, like, we know that Ragnarok and 2018 is being adapted because Baldur has been cast, and so has Odin and Thor.
Oh, really?
But the voice actor who played Thor is playing Kratos. The only person that's, like, in the games that is coming in the show is Mimir. Mimir's voice actor is going to play Mimir in the show.
Well, to be fair, all he has to be is a head.
Yeah, but I just mean that, like,
That
it's
is
just
good.
It's very interesting what they're doing because we know that they're only, like, we know they're not adapting 1, 2, and 3 because we haven't heard anything about anyone voicing Zeus or playing as Zeus or playing Calliope or playing his wife. We've only seen, like, Baldur, we've seen Odin, we've seen Mimir, we've seen Brock and Sindri.
It is possible they're
just
keeping some of those as a surprise for, like, you know, like
very
backstory
true.
stuff.
I just find it interesting to only adapt 2018 and Ragnarok when those games kind of wouldn't exist without 1, 2, and 3 and Ascension and all of
and
that.
there is a lot of context. I don't personally think you necessarily need the context of the first 3 games to play God of War Ragnarok.
I think you need to kind of know, though. Like, I think it's something that you do need to experience.
I think it's something that enhances the experience.
Yes.
I mean, I guess, but, like...
I understand why they wouldn't adapt the first 3 games, because admittedly there is a lot in the new games, 2018 and Ragnarok.
Having to adapt the Aphrodite scene would certainly be...
Oh, it's not the Aphrodite scene. It's just the fact that there is a lot more dialogue, story. There's like a family thing, there's characters. the first few God of Wars do have stories, but is by and large, Kratos wants to go from A to B and murders everything in his way.
Yeah, that's true.
For writers trying to turn that into a varied story when nearly every character...
Banjo!
He did a good job.
He just went to give you a high five.
It's like trying to make it a varied story when every character that he comes across is either going to die by his hand or by some circumstance. Like, maybe if it was seen as a journey of, like, trying to establish it up to that, it's just that most of God of War 1, 2, and 3 works better as a video game than a show.
I guess it
and that
just
is fine.
feels like a cheap shot because, like, the importance of that, of Kratos going around and
important.
killing a bunch of gods, is because you are experiencing firsthand, and you're even helping him feel firsthand, the anger that he feels towards the gods,
Yeah.
the frustration,
Yes.
the rage. Like, you are mashing the button, you are watching him pull the horns, or like shove the lady into the thing to get it to stay
Yeah.
jammed. Like, you are doing that, you are experiencing it, you are getting frustrated, you are feeling that rage. And to, like, that's what made God of War so special, was the fact that you weren't just being told that Kratos was angry. You weren't
Yeah.
just being told that he killed his father. You were doing it. You were experiencing it. So
That
then when you
is-
moved on to God of War 2018, and he was no longer that man, but you remember him being that man as much as he does, that's what connected you, or at least connected me to Kratos. Like, that's what connected you to that character. And so when he talks about, like, yeah, I had to kill my mother, or my wife and child, I didn't know that they were in there, and you see the scene in God of War 2018 where Atreus is watching him beat the ever-loving shit out of his father in hell. You know what I mean? Like, you did that. You actually, as Kratos, beat the shit out of your father. The screen goes red, and you just have to keep beating him and beating him. Now you're seeing it from the outside perspective. You've seen Kratos grow. You've seen that he's changed. You've seen that he's no longer that man. You may no longer be that kind of gamer that wants to do something like that in a game anymore, right? And now you see your son is now seeing what you did,
Yeah.
right? Like, you're not, it just sucks because I don't think that people that are watching the show are going to feel that. Like, I think it's going to be they're being told how to feel. They're like, oh, Kratos was a
Yes.
bad man. Oh, no. Like, every fucking antagonist in these shows
From
were bad
From
people.
the perspective also of somebody, like, let's say, who hasn't played the older games, right, and went into 2018, they're also being shown that already. Like, they're not...
Yeah, but I feel like it's less impactful because they didn't experience that. They're just being told it happened.
It certainly isn't as impactful, but there is a group of people, and this is why I say you don't necessarily need to play the first 3 games, but playing them enhances the experience of
Well,
the
would you argue that you
2018
could just
games.
play Nathan, like, the 4th Uncharted game and not play the other 3 and still feel as, like, into this as if you didn't play them?
So it's like exactly what I did.
Really? I feel like that's what makes these games special, because, like, there's so many story games where it kind of becomes predictable, but
Sure.
it's the experience of them that makes it, like, impactful. And so, like, yeah, it can be predictable, it can be bad guy becomes good, it can be, like,
Good guy becomes bad.
yeah, it can be something like that. It can be like, oh, it turns out this guy was this guy the whole time. But what made God of War special was that you weren't just told that, right? It's like, it's kind of like Spider-Man and Ben, where it's like, yeah, we all know that Ben dies, but, like, it feels better to kind of see how it happened rather than be told it happened, because you were there, you know? I feel like I'm just repeating myself, but that's why I feel like they could have done, or I hope that they do something with the God of War show, with actually showing us what Kratos did, and maybe even starting the show with a little bit of heat to kind of, like, build the tone for what Kratos was, rather than just giving us flashback scenes like it's an episode of Lost.
Or just making it a one-to-one adaptation of the 2018 game.
When you say, like, you know, you were the one doing that, yes, that is inherent to the medium of
That stays
video
with
games.
you as not even just as a player, but it stays with you as you continue on this journey with Kratos.
That is also why one thing that you mentioned was video games that maybe shouldn't be adapted. That is also why I definitely believe that some video games shouldn't be adapted, because I don't see an adaptation working well.
Yeah.
In that regard.
If you're going
Because again,
to adapt it,
God
you
of-
have to be able to do like a similar thing. Like the first Last of Us season did it pretty well. Or
Yes, at the same time, the thing is, video games can do things that movies can't. And
Yes.
movies follow, and shows in general follow a structured format. Video games, many of them also follow formats, but they can mix things up and have it still be acceptable. Like, I can't imagine Little Nightmares being adapted because that is a
Yes.
fucking fever dream trip that requires.
and I feel like there would probably be some cheesy dialogue with like, it's right behind me, isn't it?
Well, even if you didn't have dialogue, first it'd be fucking confusing because it's meant for you to play through. Again, some games you're meant to play through multiple times to see that. Which is like, imagine having a show where you're expected to watch through multiple times, which some shows do that, where they drop little hints and things like that.
Like Twin Peaks.
But by and large, those shows, even on their first watch, will still give you some kind of conclusion,
Mhm.
whereas many situations like God of War is popular, and admittedly, if you're going to adapt it, the new games make more sense because there is more characters, more dialogue you can build it off of. Not that the other games didn't have dialogue, but the other games work good as video games, whereas the sequel games work better as they're still video games, but there's a lot more character development. If what I'm trying to say is correct.
It's just, it hits harder because you're experiencing it, you're not
Yes.
just watching it happen.
Yeah.
Yes, there's there's the walking, the talking sections, whatnot, the
there's
action,
stuff
but
like-
there's more there for them to adapt.
There's no like hard
with
cuts
characters.
really,
Yeah, there's
especially
more,
nowadays.
There's more for you to adapt into a show with characters and drama, because with most of the original God of War games, there wasn't so much drama as it was just Kratos killing the first thing that he sees, who refuses to help him, which is fucking awesome as a video game because you feel like a powerhouse, you're a god, you're a god killer. But as a show, that while that would be entertaining, it would be desensitizing after a while.
Yeah.
Whereas with the new games, it's like you've got stories, you've got man and boy need to go up to the mountain and distribute the ashes of their late mother while they learn to bond because they were formerly distant, all while pursued by strange creatures from a new mythology that Kratos himself has no experience in and is an alien to this land. Like, there is so much just in those two sentences alone that you can extrapolate into a journey of a first season. That you really can't do from Kratos trying to go across a desert to get Pandora's box.
My
At least in my
prediction
opinion.
is they're gonna do like the first season. I don't know. It's gonna be like 8 or 9 episodes, or however long a season is nowadays. And
Remember when it was like 26 episodes per season?
yeah, no, I miss
Like if a
those
show
days.
back in the day had like episodes that weren't 20 like episodes long, something was wrong. Like usually it was because something was going on.
It's like, where's the other 6?
Well, season 4
Where are
of
the
Lost is like not even like, I think it's maybe 15 or 16 episodes long because that was during the first writer's strike.
Yes, yeah. And then like
Or a writer's strike. I don't know if it was the first one.
the length of seasons of a show is a conversation that we can have definitely another time. 'Cause
Yes.
I personally think, TLDR from my opinion on this, I think they should be longer. I think we need longer, at minimum 12 episodes a season.
I can agree with that.
Anyway, my prediction for God of War, the TV show, is like the second to last or like last episode. We're gonna have Kratos get the Blades of Chaos, and they're gonna do like a flashback.
I
to
hope
like
that it's
stuff.
not one of the last episodes because it's not it's not like the end of the game that it happens.
No,
I feel like that would be like a
gets them-
mid-season thing.
Maybe.
He gets them around the middle of the game when you have to go.
I
you
can
have to go
totally
to, well,
see
hell,
them
but Norse hell.
for like the sake of a show, for like dramatic effect, or like a like season later.
Yeah.
I can totally see them surfboard Draculaing the
That is
trailer.
something I
people
don't like. I
watch the
understand why
show.
they do it, but I also hate that.
If
where it's
people
like,
watch the
no.
show, they know when he gets the blades, they would probably be like, this should have fucking happened by now.
Maybe.
People that are watching the show that haven't played the games, unless they spend a decent amount of time explaining what the blades were, showing them it near the end of the show is not going to be impactful unless they already established what they were.
I also
Unless they
don't-
it's
continuously hinted at like, but then again, that goes to show that like we really don't know what they're gonna do with it, because if you were playing God of War 2018, you already knew about the Blades of Chaos. You were probably wondering where they went, because like Kratos stabbed himself with a fucking sword.
Yeah.
He didn't have them on him, and then he drifted off in the sea and ended up there, right?
It's
So he would
definitely-
continuously wonder like where they went, and then that moment where Freya says you're gonna have to get something else, your axe isn't gonna work, that's when you go like, like that's when it makes you hit. But someone that didn't play the games and doesn't know of the games and is going to experience it through the show, they're not gonna have that reaction unless the show establishes the blade somehow.
Yeah, like Chekhov.
That's what's going to be the tricky thing, is because that's another thing that like, I totally get why they can't adapt 1, 2, and 3, especially after that conversation. But like, that is going to make moments like that harder to make impactful in the same way that they were during the game.
Also, the 2018 doesn't even imply you're going to get the Blades of Chaos until it's revealed. Oh, he still has them. You don't know that he still has
Athena starts
them.
kind of freaking you out in the boat on your way, and it starts to get all thundery and red. I feel like most people.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Most people were
like
leaning into the TV, especially when Athena popped up. I feel like when Athena initially pops up, that's when everyone went, "It's the blades! It's the blades! We're getting the blades!" You know?
Yeah.
Because what else would it be? Why else would she be showing up at that particular time? It's not like Athena was stalking Kratos.
Yes. What I'm saying is that up until
so fun.
Yes.
What I'm saying is until that moment where he's basically like, I know what to do, and then he leaves. Until that moment, you don't even you might not even be expecting him to even have the blades.
Yeah, that would be like that's probably what most people were thinking as they were playing the game. Why the fuck do I have this axe? Where's my blades? I want to do that thing where I spin.
I feel like the axe is prominent.
The axe is fantastic. I do like the axe a lot.
I love the whole the simplicity of throwing the axe and summoning it back.
There's a lot of tech involved in that with the price. There's a lot of people. The programmer's talking about how many systems go into play with that, because even on its return trip, it's like programmed to path its way through enemies to deal extra damage.
That's
really
cool.
So much that goes into just the axe throw, and it's no wonder why they
you
give
can
you
throw
so
it really far and literally see it go.
Yeah,
you can wait. You can go to another area and then call it back, and it will take longer to return it.
It's really cool. It's so satisfying. The sound design, the rumble feel. That's something that
time in that one cutscene where Kratos lifts his hand and it doesn't come back, and he's like,
he throws it.
he's like, oh no.
Or like in Ragnarok, the clash with Mjolnir.
Whew! That was such a good moment. Oh, I love those games so much.
And they're just sitting
I know,
there.
I feel like a fucking seal.
Yeah, they're sitting there in the middle, vibrating against each other like a couple of objects in the fucking source.
They're both standing there while Kratos and Thor are circling each other.
There are a couple of Gmod props in the source engine. Vibrating against each other. It makes me I have the fist gun.
It makes me kind of curious about how they're gonna take because a big part of that is it's so satisfying, right?
Yeah.
And is it gonna be that satisfying in the show?
Yeah, is that going to be, or people are just going to, is this the right microphone?
I hope so. Oh my god, can you imagine if we weren't using the right microphone?
Oh, we are not using the right microphone.
So if the audio sounds like it got better suddenly, it's because it did.
That's fantastic.
I was kind of wondering why every time we talked, the mic would peak.
Yeah, I thought that it was just doing really well.
But yeah, that is another example of a transient property where you
I can fix the audio there.
Where you are used to a function of something in the game that you then do all of the time that works, and then you do the function, and it's like, no, Mjolnir's stopping it. Or before then, where Thor essentially kills you, and you actually see the game over screen.
Yeah, the game over.
Where a tip shows up, and then he interrupts it with the subtext, and then brings you back.
Do you think
that is something that can?
Credits?
I think
I kind of hope so.
Because I was trying to think how could
that is the only way to adapt it in the film format. Is make it like, oh no,
happen.
Next time on God of War, and it's like, nope, we're not doing that.
Yeah. And you could make it kind of like, let's say every episode is 25 minutes long. You could make that episode feel a little bit shorter, have the attack happen, have the credits roll, and then you hear Thor come back again and say the line, and then it plays the rest of the scene.
That's another thing too, with adapting some video games into other media. There's a whole diegesis with the user interface.
Yeah, there is a disconnect with shows because you are not the main character. You are watching the main character do things you would have normally done.
There's this one game I'm thinking of. I think it was on the GameCube. I forget the name of it, but it would it's a horror game where the more insane your character goes, it starts messing with your settings.
It's not Are You Afraid of the Dark?
No, I don't think
something?
so.
I don't know.
Lethal Company?
No, it's oh my god, I know the one you're talking about. It's got monsters.
Pro Jared reviewed it. I bet I can look. No, wrong one.
Lethal. Something.
No, it's not lethal. It's something darkness into darkness.
Eternal Darkness?
Eternal Darkness, Forbidden Darkness, Dark
Is it
Darkness,
Sanity's
Dark
Requiem?
Darker yet darker.
I bet Pro Jared reviewed it. I'm gonna check Pro Jared's YouTube channel.
Oh my god. Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem? Can you type that in?
I'm checking Pro
Or-
Jared's YouTube video.
Or something like Portal. I don't think a show adaptation
Oh, don't mind all
would
my
Yes.
tabs.
good.
Yeah, Portal would not be a good adaptation because you're just watching Chell solve puzzles. Even Portal 2, which would be better because it would have Wheatley along to add more dialogue to Chell's no dialogue.
Oh my god, Pro Jared did a review of Two Worlds?
You didn't know about that?
I don't watch Pro Jared.
That was like his first review ever.
Alone
Alone in the Dark.
in... No, it's
No, I don't
not.
think it's
not
Alone
Alone
It
in
is
the
Alone
Dark.
in the Dark, isn't it?
No.
He's all fucked up? Or is there another one?
No,
Oh, Eternal Darkness.
Eternal Darkness,
Okay,
Sandy's Requiem. I was
okay.
right. It is.
Thank you, Pro Jared.
Yeah, Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem, where, as you are exposed to various things, there's even one where it, like, turns the volume down, like an old volume setting.
Yes.
And there's one where it deletes your save, and then it reveals it was all, like, hallucination.
Batman Arkham Asylum does that too, doesn't it?
Yeah,
What's it called
Asylum
with you?
Yes,
has
Asylum
a whole
has the
segment
Scarecrow
where
section.
you get scarecrowed and they mess with your controls.
That is...
Or they tell you to press like R4 or something.
Yeah, they tell you to press a button that doesn't exist.
Yeah, there is a level of just certain things. That's also why some people argue that video games and movies should remain separate, because in some ways trying to adapt certain things,
I like that my hair just like
even
disappears
like
in the darkness.
even if you do a good
Like,
job
hey, I have hair.
adapting,
Oh wait, no, I don't. Sorry.
even if you do a good job adapting something from the source material into like a show or a movie, some things, even if adapted well, just won't hit the same because you're not sitting there behind the screen with a controller, moving, dodging, attacking. It's like watching those video game movies where it's just someone playing through a game so you can see all the cutscenes and stuff and like the hype moments. Some people could argue like, well, why even bother doing this? We already have essentially the same thing. If you want to watch someone play the game, just do that. People do that, and they do a pretty good job cutting everything together.
But there's
to make
still
it
a
flow
large
well.
amount of people that think that video games are a complete waste of time, and yet they watch sports, which I think is really funny.
I feel like trying to
there are genuinely still people out there
it's
are like,
just
just read a
hobbies.
book.
I feel like
it's so simple. It's just hobbies.
I feel like for those people is trying what exactly
Like,
is the
think
goal
about
here?
how popular The Last of Us got, not because of part 1 and 2, but because of the show.
Yeah,
and how
the
many
show-
people were suddenly talking about Ellie and Joel after we had experienced it way back in, like, when did The Last of Us come out? Like, 2014?
a while ago.
Yeah,
like
yeah, like-
7 times.
Yeah,
It-
yeah.
that
How
is-
many
that-
times has
that
it been released?
A big part of that, though, is Neil Druckmann, the guy who did The Last of Us. He
Hamburger.
first and foremost cares more about TV shows than video games.
Yeah, he wanted to make
Okay.
TV
Yeah,
shows. He
he-
didn't want to make games.
He wanted to produce TV for the longest time,
Okay.
and video games was like his second choice.
Just like David Cage.
Yeah, just like David
Yeah,
Cage.
David
I-
Cage. David Cage wanted to make movies. He didn't, or shows. Movies or shows. I think it
He
was
didn't want to
movies.
make games for F-slurs like us. Didn't he say that? Didn't he say that?
I'm pretty
That's
sure
why
he said
didn't-
something like
yeah,
that.
Was
he
that a
said,
David Cage thing?
David
he's the guy.
Cage
He's the
has
guy who
said
made
things.
He's the guy who made Detroit, right?
Yeah, Detroit
Yeah,
Become
he
Human.
said that's
He
why
also
Marcus
made,
and
Heavy Rain.
whatever the fuck the other
Did
guy's
he
name.
also make like?
He said that he doesn't make games for
Beyond Two
F-slurs.
Souls.
Beyond Two
Because
Souls.
everyone
That
was like,
game
"Oh my god."
sucks.
Yes.
What about what's it called? It's like Deadly
Fahrenheit?
Premonition.
There's Fahrenheit. There's Heavy Rain.
This Fahrenheit was one he made. It's got a different one. It's got a different name.
Fahrenheit has some weird fucking shit with him dancing with a naked.
Oh yeah.
like, half-naked lady.
That's the one with the underwater Chinese ghost base.
Yeah, I watched PewDiePie play
I
that.
have. To
I only
play that
know
game.
about that because
Stream
that
it.
is that.
You know what?
You could stream
That's
it.
what the best friends always say. Where anytime they're talking with David Cage and Pat's like, "Oh
The
yeah,
David
that's the
Cage
game
Tuesdays.
with the
I'd
underwater
rate you every
Chinese
fucking
ghost
Tuesday
base."
if you did that.
Yeah, no, but it's stuff like that though that makes me interested in how something like Jacksepticeye's Bloodborne movie is being adapted, right?
Yeah, because
Or,
Bloodborne is like I don't know Bloodborne's story. It's why I gotta play it.
It's
Because I've experienced 1, 2, and 3. We played Elden Ring, and I don't know a lot about Demon Souls, but like Bloodborne, I know is one of your favorite, if not your favorite game of all time.
Bloodborne. I think for the longest, it might still, but it sits like at least sat in my top 10 games of all time.
Yeah. And so I've always wanted to experience it, especially since, according to you, it's not as hard as some of the rest of them are.
So I personally think it's easier than Dark Souls or Demon Souls or Elden Ring, but that's because the way the gameplay works. I know you want to say. I'll finish my thought. Then
I'm sorry.
The way the
say?
gameplay works is it forces you to play more aggressively than in the other games.
Yes.
And I
gotta
just
learn how to
kind of
parry.
got good at playing more aggressively.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's the moat. I
Me
took a
when I
bite
need
of
to
this because
talk
I thought
about
you'd
the
take
moat.
longer making your point than you finished it when I'm
can,
halfway
like,
through
keep
chewing.
going. I
Well,
can
no,
talk
you're finished
about
now.
Me
Okay.
when it's the moat.
I mean, you're obviously. I will let you continue, but I want to say
It's the moat.
it is the most beginner friendly in its leveling system because it only has like 6 stats.
Okay.
Most Souls games have a lot of stats, many of which I think are pointless. Like, who the fuck has ever leveled resistance in Dark Souls? No one. It's basically a pointless stat. It makes you more resistant to status effects. Why would you waste any levels on that at all?
I should go into Domo's chat and ask if anybody agrees with that opinion, because Domo's chat is some of the most like actual Dark Souls fans I've ever seen.
I'm very curious about that because I could just be.
I have gone into like Calden and I met because we got into a heated debate in Domo's chat about Elden Ring.
That's funny.
And he was like, I thought you hated me. And I'm like, no, I don't hate you at all.
Well, in most Souls games, you have just a bunch of stats, like at least over a dozen more stats. But in Bloodborne, it's like you've got Vitality and Endurance, so that is your health bar and your stamina bar. Then there is your Strength and Dexterity for strength-based weapons or dex-based weapons, very simple. And then 2 more stats, that being Blood Tinge and Arcana. Blood Tinge affects your damage with guns, and Arcana...
I like you're telling him like he hasn't played the fucking game.
I'm explaining also to the viewer. And then Arcana,
Did
the
you know,
last
Tanner,
one...
that there's strength and vitality in
Like,
Bloodborne?
I
bet you
only
didn't.
play this game
What?
annually.
And then there's Arcana, the last one, which is just, it's for magic, but there's only like a handful of actual magic, like, items in the game.
Yeah.
But from having, like, over a dozen different stats, having no idea what they are, just something very simple, where the only 2 that might be confusing is Blood Tinge or Arcana, but if you look at that and see the damage with your pistol goes up, it's like, okay, well, that's that. Arcana is probably magic because it's arcane. It's 6 stats. It is the least amount of stats that any Souls game has, and even armor is largely irrelevant because you're expected to dodge and parry, meaning you can essentially wear whatever you want without having to worry about min-maxing.
It's the same amount of stats as in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition.
Okay,
Yes,
that's fair.
actually, yes. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. And also, transforming weapons is really
you should
cool.
look
The
into
trick
buying
weapons.
Skunga Baldur's Gate 3.
I love the trick weapon.
I might be able to
Me?
split that with you. I could split that
Okay,
with you.
splitting that. Yeah, you're like me. I'm like, like I do want to play that with him.
Well,
at
because
some
we
point,
want
but-
to. Because he messaged me last night, being like, "Am I gonna need a character sheet for Baldur's Gate?" And I'm like, "Oh, Skunga, we need to just
No.
play the game because all of your
Yes.
questions are gonna
Yes.
be answered once we
Because
play Baldur's Gate."
I really want to do a campaign with you
Yes.
and I don't
Christy and
know,
Skunga.
Maybe you'd be a part of that.
Maybe
If you
be a
want,
part
it
of
would
it.
be online, so it would be easier.
Yeah, there's like
Yes.
4 people. Yeah, so like...
Well, yeah, there's
well, it would be
there's
5
3
people if we included you.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Because we were originally
party
doing
of
it
4
with
and then
Christy
me.
and Skunga, but
Yes.
if we were inviting Goat as well, which I'm okay with, it would be a 5th person.
I really
Which
wanna
I've
do
never
that,
done
but,
5-player D&D, so it'd be fun.
Yeah, 4 is my limit for a
I think we
party.
did it once with Hope.
Well, 4 players is my limit for a party because anything above 4, in my opinion, starts to get a bit. It makes combat
We're not
take
kicking
longer.
Goat
and it's a
out.
lot-
You already offered it to him.
No, I'm saying that 4 in the party. I'm not counting. I'm the DM. That's 5.
You're right. You're
That's
right.
4 in
You're
the
right.
party.
You're right. You're right.
Once you get above 4 in the party, it's like there's a lot of turns. There, I don't know. That
Hold
to
on,
me
are we
is
playing
my
Baldur's
thing.
Gate or actual Dungeons and Dragons?
Well-
Because I'll do both.
Well, Skunga has no experience playing D&D, so we wanted to do Baldur's
We
Gate
wanted to
first
play
to
Baldur's Gate
show
with him
like,
first
5th
because he's
edition,
never
as
played
it's a good
D&D.
way to like
And
visualize
Baldur's
it
Gate
and show
personally helped me understand. Because remember when I used to DM and I used to still have to continuously ask Connor, like, is this what this would be?
Yeah.
I'm not going to have to do that anymore.
Okay.
Because of Baldur's Gate, if we
Yes.
do my campaign, or like if we
So-
ever run D&D again, I would have a better idea of how it works because I've seen it visually.
Yeah.
And I know Skunga's the same. If Skunga played Baldur's Gate with us, he would no longer be like, well, what is that? He would have experienced it.
So I want to run my game, but we're going to do BG3 first, so he has an idea,
Gotcha.
and then after that concludes, then it also gives me time to like prepare stuff. But getting back to
Would Baldur's Gate be a good movie, you think? Just specifically the third one?
Maybe.
Because I feel like it is very simple to adapt. Like, you do, like, the goblins, you fight like
J.K. Simmons.
I feel
well,
like-
Act 1 would be like we meet the tieflings, we meet the druids, then we go fight the goblins. And, like, I'm assuming they would probably adapt the best ending.
We do
and
already
then we
have...
fight J.K. Simmons, and we go to the Darklands, and...
We do already have a D&D movie, Honor Among Thieves.
Yeah, I know, but it's
That's not based off a video game.
Well,
That's
true.
It is a good movie,
It's
though.
based
Have
off
you
a
seen it?
tabletop game.
I've seen stuff of it, but I haven't seen the full movie.
I haven't
I
seen the
really
full
like
movie,
it.
but from
It's
what I...
such a fun
People
movie.
say that if Baldur's Gate had come out when that movie had released, we probably would have gotten, like, many spin-offs of it.
Well,
We
that's
probably
that's
would've.
why I'm saying that the D&D world does make for a good movie because BG3 is in the same
But I just feel
world.
like BG. I know that Baldur's Gate 3 has a lot going with it, with all the romances and the different archetypes. But if you do just like a basic good run, it is a very simple game that could be adapted very well.
Yeah.
Last of Us, I feel like, is also like that too. Where Last of Us is like, you have this girl, you know, he's got the sad backstory with his daughter, and now he has to escort this young girl that has very similar aspects to his daughter to the Fireflies to save the universe. You know what I mean?
A lot of
Like,
people are going to complain if a BG3 movie or TV show comes out because they're going to complain that their characters.
there is a
are getting
TV show
romance.
coming out. Holy shit!
There is?
Wait, there is a Baldur's
Wait, there
Gate 3
is?
TV show coming out. I forgot about that. There is. Yes.
Oh.
There is.
I was going to say people
And
are
they're
gonna
not. They might not be. They might not be casting the original people that did all the motion capture. They're going to be like actually just casting actors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's gonna. I fucking can't believe I forgot that. Yeah, they are.
I think people will complain about that. Not
They
just,
have
not
been,
just
they
for the
have
actors,
been.
but for the fact that, like, you know, there's a lot of romances and a lot of stories and a lot of side plots.
We
and
all
trying
know
to
that they would
explore all of
either
that,
they would either not canon any romances, or if they did, it would be either Gale or it would be Astarion.
which I'm not the big. I mean, they're nice people. Gale is cool. Like,
Gale
he's
is
magic.
Gale is Alistair and Astarion is Morgan. Essentially.
Yeah, I prefer Karlak. She's just
I know.
fun.
But yeah, no. So
We're
the
getting off topic.
Jacksepticeye Bloodborne
No,
movie.
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's
video
Gate
games
That is
is
true,
video
we're not
game.
on
Hello,
TV
hello.
show and/or movie.
Ding dong.
But yeah, no, the Jacksepticeye Bloodborne movie is something I will be very interested in, a little bit very critical in, because I really like that game.
Mhm.
But also a movie I think will be done pretty well, because I know Jacksepticeye is a big fan of Bloodborne, and I trust him to make what is going to be
In this
good Bloodborne.
in the sea of video game movies that have ever been made, I would say there are far, far, far less of them that have been good as opposed to many of them that have just been flops.
The Mario Galaxy movie was really good.
Oh no,
It
those
was
were good.
fascinating.
That was good. I'm
It's
thinking
actually,
of like the
you know
Doom
what's
movies
wild
they've
too?
made.
When we saw the first Mario movie, and this is what fucking, I don't make, and the internet makes no fucking sense. We saw the first Mario movie. We all walked out of there feeling weird. We felt indifferent. I was questioning if I was even a Mario fan, because there was just stuff about it that made me like, because I remember literally being like, I don't even know if I'm a Mario fan. I think that I just like Mario Kart and Mario Party, which makes me feel like a pick-me. You know what I mean? But I was like, that movie made me wonder that if I was even a Mario fan, because I really only liked like Mario 64. And I vibe with Sunshine and Galaxy, and I kind of liked Odyssey. I really want to replay Odyssey to get a more clear opinion on it. But it made me realize maybe I'm not that much of a Mario fan because I didn't like it. Like, we walked out of that theater feeling
And then-
really weird and indifferent
And
about
then
it.
everybody else I've ever
Yeah!
seen online was like, it was good!
It was the best thing ever. Better than Sonic, better than Pikachu, better than Doom with Dwayne The Rock Johnson, better than Rampage with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. You know what I mean? Like, everyone was saying that it was the best thing that they've ever seen ever. And it was like, holy shit. And then we saw the Mario Galaxy movie, and we were like hooting and hollering. And we were having a good time. I was laughing. I was
liked that
shaking.
one.
I was smacking the
liked
shit
it.
out of Stooge. And then
was
everyone on
great.
Twitter was like,
My boy Rob showed up.
nostalgia bullshit. Like, it has no storytelling. It has no plot. The first movie had fucking nothing but Seth Rogen. Like, there was nothing. The first movie had no fucking pacing. It had an incredibly
I
out
think-
of character Peach. And it was just like predictable. The pacing was awful. And all of a sudden, everyone on Twitter, all of a sudden, with the second movie, cares about pacing and cares about plot. But this first one was charming. Like, it doesn't need a plot. It's Mario. And now that it's Mario Galaxy, it does need a plot. What?
I saw it. I had
How
fun.
the fuck does the internet work?
Rob
It
showed
doesn't,
up.
barely.
I'm happy. My man Rob showed up.
Fox
he
had
does
a
show
great
up. Fox-
personality in the show. Like, I don't want Fox to just be a straight man. I like that he has a little bit of a snark to him.
I like that he showed up and had more screen time than Rosalina for some
That
reason.
is really funny.
It is funny.
That's like one of the main reasons I went to go see that movie.
I wish that we didn't know Fox was going to be in it, though.
That would've
I
been
will
so
say,
funny.
I think it would have been better that if we didn't know, like if it wasn't announced.
Another video game movie I find very interesting is Iron Lung.
Oh, I haven't seen that
I
yet.
haven't
I
seen
do
that
need to
one.
see it.
It's a good movie, which is crazy to say because it does a great job at adapting the gameplay, which is just guy in room taking pictures.
It's
Yeah, it looks like
It's
one of
just a
those like
guy in a
MS-DOS
metal-
games,
it's-
doesn't it? Like it looks a little bit like Doom, kind of.
It is like very like early PS1 graphics kind of
Yeah.
like style.
It's one room. It's a guy in a metal casket.
It's eerie. Yeah, it's just a guy in like a
Wasn't
metal
the set
tube.
on like cars that were moving too?
Was
So
it?
yeah, I've seen background like pictures of this. It's like it's on a system. The set itself was on like a gyroscopic like system that shook Markiplier around like
I
a
love that.
human rag doll.
That's crazy.
It remind me later
So just-
if I can like try and find background like pictures of the production, like the sets,
Yeah.
and we can like put it up on screen. So you know,
Does the movie like reveal anything that the game didn't?
the movie.
Like add any information that the
Oh,
game
yeah,
lacked about
lots.
like, why the blood moon
No,
happens?
no.
No?
No, we don't know why. That just happens. It does a really good job at adapting pretty much one-to-one the gameplay and like the overall plot.
So far, we've got, what is it, 3 Sonic movies, 2 Mario movies.
Yep. Jacksepticeye's
And a Pokemon movie.
Bloodborne, and a Pokemon movie, and Iron Lung.
I always hear about, like, the Mortal Kombat movies.
Oh, that's such a
where-
fun movie. Well, the old
Well,
one.
why-
I
which one?
didn't
There's
know
like
that the
5 of
Mortal
them.
Kombat movie. Yeah, because
They've released ones
did
recently.
you know Sprung is like really fucking excited about this new Mortal Kombat movie?
I didn't know there was a
He
sequel
said that,
coming
and
out
like
until
I
last
saw
week.
What
a
do you mean a
trailer
sequel?
for
There's
it,
like
and
5
it
of
looked
them.
really campy and like kind of cheap. And then I hang out with him the other day, and he's like, "I'm so excited for it. It looks so good." And I'm like,
Power to him.
I was kind of like, "Oh wait, people like this." I fucking hate it when that happens. When I form my own opinion and I find out it's wrong, and all of a sudden everybody has the same like a
okay,
different opinion
don't-
that's the exact opposite of mine.
I don't
I
know
can't
if
be
I'm
a real human being. This is why women shouldn't. No, I'm kidding. But like, I'm just saying that like whenever I form my own opinion, it's apparently wrong. Where can I go right in this land?
Allie, it's your opinion. Just because everyone disagrees with you doesn't make you wrong.
Yeah, but like, it's just wild how like I form
just
my
might not
own
be something
thoughts
you're
and then
into.
I go on the internet and everyone disagrees with it. And
yeah.
it's like that makes you wonder, like, you know, what the fuck's going on with me? What did I see? What did I do?
I think there's a lot going on with you.
Yeah,
There's a lot going on with a lot of people.
yeah. There's a lot going on with the future of the Last of Us series with the show.
Oh, yeah?
Because I think we're getting a season 3,
Oh.
which means they're like, wait,
But,
are we?
But wait, but
I don't think
season
they-
2 covered
No, it's
the
just gonna
second-
be season 1 again.
I don't.
Oh fuck.
I don't know if
Season
if
1
Abby's
remastered.
died yet. I think they've been stretching it out. Oh, Abby doesn't die, but like I don't know if
The
Ellie's
last
attacked Abby yet. I don't think that's happened yet. So I think they had to stretch out season because all of season 1 was the entire first game.
Yes.
But
I
season
don't know
2 I'm
much
pretty
about
sure
season 2.
ended and Ellie hasn't attacked Abby yet in the water. So I think they're stretching out season 3 to be part 2.
Ah,
And people
Yeah.
are kind of upset about that. I might be wrong. I don't know. I might be wrong, but that's what I remember seeing.
I
you ever watched Secret Level?
Secret level.
So it's it falls under the category of video game show.
Does it?
It's an
I know about Ready Player One.
Oh, we can talk about that in a bit.
I mean, that's not really based on a
that's-
game. That's based on a book.
It's based on gaming.
It's based off a book.
Sonic's in it.
Sonic is.
Wait a fucking minute. Sonic's in it. That
But
counts.
that's like
that means
what,
he has like
six-
five.
six movies
Five,
now?
six-
Five,
yeah.
six?
Is Sonic in Ready Player One?
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
he shows up because that was
during,
the only
during
reason.
the final battle where
he
the
goes,
guy
"Doo!"
turns. Yeah, during the final battle when the guy turns into like a fucking Gundam to fight Mecha Godzilla or whatever, Sonic's
there's
in the
a lot that
background
goes
like
on.
homing attacking a stormtrooper or something.
He
There's
was
a lot
also
that
in
goes
Wreck-It
on.
Ralph.
He was okay.
He was.
Wait a minute. Okay,
Wreck-It
so
Ralph is technically
dude,
a
Sonic's
video game
awesome.
movie.
He's in fucking everything.
He's
That's
everywhere.
Wi-Fi, Ralph.
Wi-Fi. I'm Sonic.
Technically, Wreck-It
I'm
Ralph
Sonic.
is a movie based in a game because they did actually make the Wreck-It Ralph game.
Yeah,
Like, you
but
can play it
that
on a
came
website.
that came after the movie.
Yeah, but
so
he's
I
gonna
actually
wreck
think,
it.
I think that was released during the marketing for the movie, so before the movie's actual release. Because people could go
I've
there
never
and
actually
see
seen
it.
Wreck-It Ralph.
video.
Well, the Wreck-It Ralph is an actual game you play
That's a
like in
fun
your
movie.
browser.
I like
it's an
Wreck-It
actual
Ralph.
game they made.
I like the song that plays during the credits, though. Owl City can get it. I like Owl City a lot.
Although you are right, that's probably not one of the most fair comparisons. It's not based on like a pre-established video game, like as its
But it uses
idea.
a lot of video
Bowser's in it.
games. Yeah, Bowser's in it. Dr. Eggman's in
True.
it.
Although,
Pac-Man's in it.
although the
Sonic.
main,
Sonic's in it.
the main
like they go to
characters-
the bar from the arcade game Tappers.
Yes. Although the main characters are
The main
created
characters-
for that, and the main games, like what is it, Heroes Quest or
I
whatever,
don't know,
the
bro.
shooter
If
game,
you've got fucking Bowser and
Sugar
Sonic
Rush.
in your video game, you're a video game movie.
Yeah, I guess it's a video game movie technically.
that
And
all
if we're
really
gonna talk
depends
about
on
Ready Player
definition.
One, then we have to talk about Wreck-It Ralph.
Fair point. Fair point.
You know what I mean? What
I
was that?
was
What was
going-
that great player, secret player, select
Secret
player?
Level?
Secret level.
So it's an anthology show on Amazon Prime, right?
Okay.
And the whole thing is each episode is based off a different game. But outside of Mega Man, which has the shortest episode of
Pixels.
the show,
Sorry, I keep remembering.
Oh my God, Pixels.
I keep remembering.
Sonic wasn't
is
in that
true.
one, was he?
No, but
No.
Pac-Man was.
Cubert too.
Cube? Yes, yeah.
Little orange
But
guy.
anyway, so Secret Level, the whole thing is each episode is like based off a different game. Mega Man had the shortest one, which was really disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea what any of the video games were,
Didn't they
except
have one,
for like
didn't they have an episode based in Armored Core?
they might have. I don't know. I
Has
never-
Castlevania had movies, or is it just shows?
Castlevania's had shows.
Yeah,
Shows.
okay.
I've heard they're hit or miss.
I guess they never
I like
miss, huh?
season 1,
Of what?
Castlevania.
Oh, just the show called Castlevania?
Yeah,
I see.
season 1's good. I kind of enjoyed Castlevania Noctis, which is like about Richter.
Aren't they making a fucking show based off of Dispatch? Even though Dispatch was like just came out?
They might be.
I
I'm not
believe
sure.
they are. I believe they are
getting
adapting
Aaron, Are they
Dispatch.
getting Aaron Paul back?
Do you think they're getting most critical as the Bat?
I
Putting him
kinda
in a
hope
fursuit?
so.
I think that's kind
Oh,
of
is
a
it going to
weird
be live
thing.
action?
I genuinely don't know, but I do
Okay.
think it would be funny if he was just him in a fursuit.
That would be
Even
hilarious.
if it was animation.
Yeah, like it's just animation. It's just moist critical green.
Yeah,
screened
like
in.
how Childish Gambino was in that Spider-Verse movie, and it was
Yeah.
just him in the outfit going like, hey.
If they're making a Dispatch movie and it's not live action, just play the fucking game.
I know, but people don't play video games.
I do.
You
think-
don't. You select dialogue. It's a Telltale game, essentially.
Well, no, but then sometimes you have to like select people for a mission, and that takes a lot of thinking for people that would rather just read.
I do think
Or watch-
Dispatch.
I was going to say something right there. and it was not even present.
Considering how much of
I had
Dispatch
to hold
is
my tongue.
just watching a show outside of picking a couple dialogue
Yeah.
options. Yeah, I think that would be in the running for like being
Also,
a fine TV show.
Yeah, be an
adaptation,
okay
actually.
TV show, but wouldn't people still complain because
But
they're not
like,
making
what's
the
the
dialogue
point
choices
after that? Like,
they would
why are
make?
you like? Is
'Cause you
this
can,
where
like,
our
romance
taxpayer
different people,
dollars are
right?
going? You know what I mean? Like,
But at the same time, if you adapt, like, let's say I say Telltale-esque game with where you make your own choices, won't people just complain that they're not making the choices that they made? Because don't you can't you romance
at that
different
point, if
characters?
you're going to adapt the
You're gonna have to pick
Telltale
one
game
to
into
go.
a
You
show,
can't
adapt
go
the
to
Walking
other.
Dead series, the game series, into a
That's
show.
already a
Yo,
show.
I would love
But
if
it's
The
no,
Walking
but
Dead
it's
became a
The
show
Walking
again.
Dead is not based on the Walking Dead video game. They could just make a show based on the Walking Dead video game and have people experience the whole Lee shit all over again. It's not like your choices in the Walking Dead video game actually matter. Clementine still ends up at the school.
Just watch a video of someone playing through the game.
But people don't want to watch. That's what we mean.
Then
though.
the people
That's
are the problem.
That's the conversation that we just had about the God of War show. Is that sometimes people just don't want to play the video game and they want to watch it.
They just
Then-
want to watch it. Yeah, that's why there's the.
And there's like a
adaptations
sense of embarrassment to watching video game. Like there is a genuine sense of embarrassment in like elder millennials and all of that, or
That-
people that didn't grow up with
Who
video
cares what the
games.
elders think? They're on their way out. 10 years from now,
Elder
they're going to be in an
millennials,
urn.
I said they're like 40. They're like your sister's age.
Yeah, they're
That's
almost,
not
they're
much
close.
more.
That's
At
like
30.
you think your sister's out the fucking door? She's like 42, isn't she?
No, she's still in her 30s.
Is she? Well, that still counts
she's
as
just-
elder millennial. You know what I mean? But that's what the original conversation was, and when we were talking about God of War, is that unfortunately, I agree it's stupid, but not everybody grew up with video games like we do. There are still adults out there that think video games cause violence and all of that, but if they watch the show, then I guess it's fine because they're not playing it, and it's, like, easier to distinct fiction since, like, I don't know, it's a show, like...
The real question, dear viewer, that I must ask you now is, just how much of the base source material are we going to cut and cleave away from ourselves in order to appease the masses? How many pounds of flesh of the source material and how many liters of beautiful lore and blood must gush forth and be spilled, all to appease the masses of troglodytes who refuse to pick up a fucking controller? During a day and age in this society where gaming is more open now and like compatible and easy to pick up than it has ever been at any point in human history, I feel like it's safe to say that the problem lies with them, not with us. How much should we disembowel ourselves to appease them while they feast upon our entrails?
Amen, brother. Fucking man.
This conversation started with whether or not Pokemon count as nudity.
It did! Oh.
It does, by the way.
I get passionate.
I'm just saying, I think that I actually would watch a Walking Dead video game show, though.
I admit I probably would.
To re-experience, like, the whole Lee shit and Kenny and all of that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I feel like I would.
It wasn't for touching kids, ain't it?
Oh, man. Come on, man.
Come on.
What? I gotta ask. Do you think we could walk? That's fucking stupid,
It's
Ben.
fucking stupid,
I need
Ben.
to see that line.
Can
I
you,
need to see that line.
Can you pick the lock? What makes you think I can pick a
No!
lock?
What makes you think that? Well,
you know,
urban. Oh, you're not saying what I think
I'm from
you're
the
saying.
South. Shit just comes out of my mouth sometimes.
I love
Okay,
Kenny.
you know what? You're winning me over a bit with that one. Getting to see that again. But again, if I want to relive that memory, I could just watch a video.
But you are not the common masses, Connor. That's what I'm telling you.
I think
you are not.
I am angry
the
at
common elder millennial. People aren't like you. They're like accountants. They sit down and they watch the Mets lose and then complain about it on Twitter.
That just reminds me of the fucking...
They read
I'm
books
angry.
about how to be a better father.
They watch TV show or movie adaptations
and
of the
eat
books
pizza.
they say they're gonna
Can't watch
read.
TV or eat pizza.
It just reminds me of the fucking Futurama clip.
They do cocaine and then, like, go to work the next morning. Like, there are people out there that are not like us.
Well, they should be.
I'm just saying.
You can't just have your characters
And that's kind
how
of
they
where,
feel.
like...
That
that's
makes
like
me
the
feel angry.
That's the penultimate question, I feel like, is, like, even if our favorite game has to be rolled up into a snowball for the sake of it reaching a wider audience, is it worth it?
Yes.
Sometimes.
That is exactly what I was trying to say. Is if we're going to hire people who ignore the source material, who butcher it down to only the finest cuts, with whatever's left, is that really the true product at the end of the day? Simply making something
Did they cut
no
down
longer...
the source material when they made The Last of Us Season 1, though? I feel like they expanded on it a little bit more, and they even made it, like, a little bit more... It made more sense to someone that didn't play the game, like the Cordyceps thing.
That is an interesting idea, because admittedly, that also is a roundabout way of both having the director of the game making it, and also the director of the game wanting to have made it into a show or movie first, which is, I think, part of why it adapts so well, is because it is both, I didn't want to make a game, I want to make a show or a movie, I can now make it the way I wanted to.
Yeah.
I definitely think that is one of the things that makes what was essentially a game movie, which is why people look at that as like, you know, walking shooting simulator where it's mostly a linear story. It flows a lot better. But for a lot more video gamey games, even just the aspect of adapting it, removing it entirely from the medium, cutting it from the cloth, and serving it as is already making modifications. Watching Kratos punch the shit out of Baldur won't hit the same, I feel, on the screen if I'm not holding the controller, mashing the square button as I'm punching him in the face. Like, I feel like...
Or doing it when Atreus starts coming up with the fight too, and starts kicking him and hitting him with the bow.
That is just by the very definition of it is an adaptation, and
but sometimes adaptations don't need to be taking straight from the source material. Like, the Mario movies didn't do that, Detective Pikachu didn't do that, and we don't know what the fuck is going on with the Zelda movie that's coming up.
That is true.
We don't know what they're adapting. We see some things that looks like they're ripping from Ocarina of Time, we see some things that looks like they're ripping from Twilight Princess, and then we see some things that looks like they're ripping from Breath of the Wild. Like, we have no idea what's going on with the story. If it's Breath of the Wild, I'm gonna be pissed. But I'll probably still go see it. But, like, We don't
You're
know
gonna be
what they're
fuming.
adapting. We don't know if this is a particular Link or Zelda. We saw Epona, so we know it's not based off of, like, Wind Waker.
I think something like that, like straying away from the source material, brings into question like how much of a video game adaptation is this video game adaptation, right?
Mhm.
Like, would you call Sonic Movie 1 an adaptation of a Sonic game as much as Sonic 3 is an adaptation of Sonic Adventure 2?
Actually, I feel like that is an example where the later movies felt more like the games in the
Yes.
first movie.
Yeah.
But I like that the first movie is separated from the rest of the franchise because it gives the rest of the movie franchise kind of its own voice. The Knuckles that we
movies-
got in the movies is a lot
It's-
better
it's-
than the Knuckles that we've gotten throughout the games.
It's
But
so
it is
different.
still
He is
the
very
Knuckles that needed to protect the Master Emerald
Yeah.
that like has a sense of honor and he's like the last Echidna. And it's still Tails, voiced by down to the same voice actress that we've had
Love
for a couple
Tails.
years now. But I feel like, did Tails ever really have like a story? Like, I know that he
Tails-
just kind of shows up in Sonic 2.
In Sonic 2, he just kind of shows up. He does have a
There-
whole story and
there-
arc
yes.
in Sonic
There is
Adventure.
lore.
Does
one of,
he?
Like
Yes.
the 3D game.
Yeah, but like he already knows Sonic by that point.
He
And
does
Sonic
know
2
Sonic by
actually
then,
gave
yeah.
him like a this is how I know of you and now we're friends and like I was kind of a weirdo, but you made me feel seen for having my abilities,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
and that's something you
There's-
only get if you read the manual.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you read the manual for Sonic 2, which does explain
So,
the difference.
Wait,
So I
so
can
wait,
say-
the manual for Sonic the Hedgehog 2 explains that?
Yeah.
Because they couldn't, like back in like
They
the
didn't have
16-bit
cutscenes and
era,
stuff.
they
They
didn't
couldn't
have
explain.
anything to explain it. So you had to
Yeah.
had to read manuals to get the lore and
Sonic
stuff.
1 takes place on a
I
different
didn't know
island.
they had that
It takes
in
place
the
like
manual.
South Island, right?
Sonic 2, the movie, is like a good adaptation of the video game manual.
That's crazy.
In a
That's
way,
really
yeah.
funny. But that's kind of what makes the movies nice, is because it's my Sonic that I love, and it's a good Knuckles, and it's a good Tails, it's a great Eggman. You know, and it's like I like when Sonic has human characters. I feel like I might be alone in that with some of the fandoms because I know that like Sonic Unleashed and Sonic 06 kind of got shit on for having humans. I kind of like it.
Sonic Unleashed got shit on for the night level gameplay originally.
People do not like when there are humans in Sonic. They think that it's out of
those
place.
people are just objectively wrong.
Yeah. But there's
I
like a
can agree.
huge thing. That's why people liked Sonic Colors more when it came out, because people were like, finally the humans are gone and it's just aliens again. Like it's just creatures. Like Sonic should be about creatures. I don't necessarily agree with
Okay.
that.
Like, I don't
but I
know,
don't need
Eggman's
humans
been
in
there the
every
whole
single
time.
iteration of Sonic, right? But like the humans in the Sonic movies actually, and I've always had this with live action too, is that humans being involved help me feel immersed because I can see human emotion and see these people in human situations. That's why I like the live action Transformers movies,
Yeah.
and why I don't necessarily mind like Bumblebee and the Bay movies and all of that, because I like that
man.
humans are there. I like when there is a caricature of a person to like kind of really lock in that this is happening in the real world. Like that's the Sonic movies
Right,
having
man.
that, and I know they're getting more and more away from like the Wallowitz family.
Yeah, but like they're there.
They're there, and Maria is like very important to
Yeah.
Sonic Adventure 2, so of course
Yeah.
they have to have that, and Eggman being like an actual just fucking person.
No, the
you know
human,
what I mean?
human elements are a big important thing,
Yes.
right? Like I completely
And I
agree.
feel like that's what makes the Sonic movies incredibly well, is the fact that it is a human world. I saw a couple threads on Twitter a couple days ago about how people hope that eventually we just completely move away from Earth and have a Sonic movie just like at Green Hill Zone.
Am I
Like someone was like, why did we only get this iconic Green Hill Zone for like one segment and we haven't seen it again? Like the Mushroom Planet isn't
There-
even from Sonic as far as I know.
It-
You know what I mean?
I would argue it's a loose adaptation of Mushroom Hill from
Yes.
like and Knuckles.
Yeah.
But like yeah, it's technically not even really.
And I kind of don't like. I would. All of my opinions are going to go out the window if we ever get an adaptation of Sonic Unleashed. Because if we go to like Aptos and
I would love
Spagonia,
that. Seeing
and
the
I
Egg Dragoon
and I
in, like,
hear
full live
that
action,
fucking
I'd love
orchestra
that.
kick in when Dark Gaia, like I will cry, I will
Oh,
stand up, I will
Bro,
holy.
the
I
opening
think they do
scene for
that.
Sonic.
That's
for
what I'm
Sonic
saying.
Unleashed, yeah, when
Like
he's on the
that
egg
will
carrier,
go all out the window if
and
we
you
get
just hear, like,
some
the
sort of
alarm
adaptation
blaring
of
and the
Sonic.
bots come
yeah,
up. Oh.
of Sonic Unleashed. Like all of that will go out the window. But I
can-
like that the Sonic movies
I'd
are
fucking love that.
they take from the games. I like that
Yeah.
they're not the games. I really,
Yes.
really do,
I-
because it kind of makes me feel like I don't need to like read books
No.
or comics like I do with like FNAF. FNAF is another fucking. We haven't even talked about FNAF.
Oh,
the FNAF
we'll
movies.
get to FNAF.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about the FNAF movies, too. Is that, like, and the FNAF movies is pretty much my exact point. They are, like, taking from the games, but they're not the games, and I
Yes.
love that.
Yeah.
I really,
That-
really do.
that is one of the big things that separates adaptions from wanting to, because like Last of Us wants to retell the story of The Last of Us, mostly how it happened, adding in some things, some alterations, but even those alterations don't feel out of place because it's Neil Druckmann, the guy who made the fucking game, making it the way that he possibly even wanted to originally but couldn't. Well, yeah, like Sonic. No, like when Sonic 1 came out, no one expected the story in a way of Sonic 1. Oh my god, I know how to articulate the point perfectly.
Awesome.
There is, because games like Sonic and Mario have stories, but they're much more gamey. There's less story, more game. Even in the later games like Sonic Unleashed, like yes, there is a story, but it's largely just go from A to B, get the emeralds.
Well,
like,
I'd argue Sonic Unleashed is kind of where it starts to get more
Unleashed has a
complex
story.
because of
It
like
has
the
a
Chaos
story.
Emeralds and Light and Dark Gaia, and the planet being torn apart, the dark spirits, the nightmarish like emotions where like people start to like the part where they're all like dancing, or the one ice cream guy that becomes like he wails in depression.
I rescind my point on that.
Colors is very simple, I'd argue. Sonic Colors is very simple.
Colors is simple because it was written by a guy who writes Saturday morning cartoons and Happy Tree Friends.
Really?
The writer from Sonic Colors up to Sonic Forces was a guy named Ken Pontac. And
Ken Pontac did Sonic Forces?
Yeah, he wrote Sonic Colors, Sonic Lost World, Sonic... Was there another? Generations.
Yeah.
And Sonic Forces.
Huh.
I guess all those games do kind of have some
I mean, Sonic and
feelings.
Generations is a good game. I feel like it doesn't hold up with story.
It's a good game. It has a really simple story. It's, like, tragically simple, especially if you compare it to, like, Shadow Generations.
Yes, yeah.
Like, if you're comparing the Sonic 1 movie to, say, the Sonic 1 game...
We might need to start taking off
there
the
is...
Get into our... Ooh, here comes the ancient orb of bad lighting! Oh, shit! A rat!
Hello, I'm down there! Fireball!
So Sonic Generations was filmed by Ken Pontiac, whatever the fuck his name is?
Not filmed, but written by Ken Pontac, yeah.
Pontac.
The point I was
Did I
originally
say
making
filmed? Yeah,
is that like Sonic 1...
God, I think Little Sonic was such a good actor. Little one.
I loved Little Sonic.
Little guy. You see how fast he goes?
Like Sonic 1 doesn't really have a lot of story. You look at Sonic 1, even Sonic 2... There is story in the manual, but in the game itself, it's mostly just
it's
gameplay.
Very simple.
It's A to B.
I like how you had to say that to him as if he was.
Well, I had a feeling you might interject because you did mention earlier there is story,
it's in the manual.
There is lore.
It's in the manual.
But like, I feel like one of the benefits Sonic and Mario has is that most of their
it's in the manual.
Yeah.
Okay,
one thing that Sonic and Mario have benefits of is that they're not really like they are linear adventures, but you can almost play them out of order, like especially Mario specifically. You can play Mario's games in any order.
Yes,
there is almost no continuity that strings them together. So making a movie, you can just grab anything you want. Put Rob in the movie. Who cares? It's a Nintendo.
It's Mario.
Do whatever you want.
Mr.
It's Mario.
Watch.
Sonic has
Sonic
is kind of 50-50 because you've got like the earlier games.
I will never forget how loud I said what. Like I feel like people heard me in the theater because it hit me so hard.
I love that.
What?
I got to see my little man. My boy.
With Sonic, like especially with the early games.
With the early games,
it's
can
very simple Eggman bag.
Yeah, you can still grab bag stuff. You can still grab bag stuff left and right, and people aren't really going to care as much because it's not like adapting.
It's not like adapting more freedom in the long run to be able to kind of expand on it in a movie place, and because you can kind of like, well, Tails had lore in the manual, but people probably don't know that, so we'll slap it in at the beginning of the movie, and now people that didn't know that, like me, I didn't fucking have Sonic 2. I'm sorry.
That is one of the benefits of adapting something that is not as linear, because when you adapt other games that are like have specific linear stories,
like God of War.
Well, if you wind up doing that wrong, you can misinterpret things and create problems. Whereas with Sonic, it's like it's Sonic. Sonic himself has character, but by
you
and
seen how
large,
fast
you
he
take
goes?
you take one look at him and you can kind of gauge who he is right from there. He's very, very family friendly, good oriented with stuff like that, and so because the story is kind of it is there, especially in the later games, but Sonic is like a 50-50, where Sonic does commit in a way to a timeline more than say Mario does, but you can still enjoy those games even out of order.
Oh, sorry, that's my boss.
There's
you're all
there's
good.
enough story there where you still have that freedom to grab bag stuff. Like, sure, we're gonna bring in the Ark, and it's gonna be different. We're gonna have like gun robots, and like you can just, and no one really complains because at the end of the day, we're just happy to have an adaptation, but. They do enough with it where they can play kind of loosey goosey. They can play fast and loose, not super
It's
loose.
a fresh perspective.
Yeah. Not they can still have more continuity than maybe.
I
It
think
doesn't
even say
feel
than,
like
Mario,
something's
but-
been left out.
I think another thing
Yeah.
with Sonic specifically...
It goes across better. I'm gonna let you.
I think another thing with Sonic specifically is in the video games, especially like Sonic Unleashed, for example. A big thing about, or Sonic 06 as well. Sonic himself is a static character. He doesn't go through motions. He doesn't go through arcs. A lot of the character arcs in the games revolve around him, right? Like the plot of Sonic Unleashed. Sure, it's Eggman bad and Sonic is fixing the planet, but the character-driven like narrative is Chip like learning about all of these cultures and like realizing what he as Light Gaia is protecting, right?
Yeah.
Or even just coming to terms with the fact that that's who he is.
Yeah. Or
recovering
Sonic
his
Adventure
memories, learning
2.
who he is.
Like a big part of it is Shadow the Hedgehog being introduced, right? Like, and the whole game, the big story is about
I think
learning about.
you might have said SA2, but you're referring to SA1.
Shadow was in
I'm
Sonic
not.
Adventure 2. Shadow was not in Sonic
Shadow
Adventure
was
1.
in Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Adventure 1
Was Chaos.
Yeah, Chaos. Sorry, I made a mistake on that.
You
Yeah,
did
it's
make
got
a
Big the
mistake.
cat with the meow 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 meow.
Yeah, it
that
has-
stage.
Do you want to hear a fun fact? Actually, this is totally off topic, but it's
Okay.
about Sonic Adventure 2. So you know how like Knuckles and Rouge have the treasure hunting levels?
Yes.
Back in the Dreamcast, in every single level, you could find Big the Cat.
Yeah, I knew about that. Yeah.
In the GameCube version, for one of Rouge's levels, for some reason, they replaced him with a ring. And because of where they put him in the game, it's like in an underwater area, right?
Yeah.
It's impossible to collect that ring because you will just drown.
Well, wait. What do you mean you will just drown?
Because you're going underwater, right? And Big the Cat in the original Sonic Adventure 2 on the Dreamcast, he's in the corner like of this like hallway that's flooded with water, right? But for some
So
reason,
he's just underwater?
yeah, he's
chilling?
just chilling there.
But will drown.
Yeah, because but like in the GameCube version, they got rid of Big the Cat in that level, put a ring there instead, and it's impossible to collect that ring because you die.
Wait.
Why?
How do you just die? Why would you go down there regardless?
You have to go down there to go from one area to another.
So then why
to
would you
treasure
die
hunt.
collecting the ring?
Because you're going out of your way from like going from one area to the other to grab the ring.
And there's no bubbles down there making
no,
go, oh,
you don't have enough time to go.
That's crazy. So wait. So then how do people know if he's down there if you die going down there?
You can just kind of see him when you're going from
Oh,
one side to the
but
other.
like no one would go that way deliberately? Like,
Yeah,
is
no,
that
no
kinda-
one would just go out of their way to go see him. But like if you're going one way to another, you just kind of like you see him. He's
You just
there.
spot him? Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah, it's.
Because I knew that he was like around.
I
Isn't
don't-
he in one of the cutscenes too where he's just standing there?
He's in a lot of them.
Yeah.
In the opening cutscene for Sonic Story,
Mhm.
when he's like escaping the helicopter, you can see Big like poke his head out of the helicopter, and then in the City Escape level during the iconic truck chase,
He's behind
he
there,
gets
yeah.
hit by a truck.
Big!
On Space
I'm
Colony
looking for
Arc.
Froggy.
On Space Colony Arc, after like the Rouge and Knuckles like Master Emerald like encounter treasure hunting level fight, whatever.
Yeah.
When Rouge is about to die but gets saved by Knuckles, you can look in the background and Big's like peeking out behind a pillar.
He's just standing there.
He's just always been there.
Genuinely, if Big shows up in Sonic Movie 4, I just hope it's in the background for one shot.
Yeah, just like standing there and big fucking eyes.
Yeah, yeah,
Like it's just the Sonic Adventure model. It's not even like a new 3D model of the Big the Cat.
SA1 as well had like 5 different stories. It had like Sonic.
I
Yes,
don't know if we should
Tails.
abbreviate Sonic Adventure.
That's why I said Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh
No, you
my
said-
god.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, it's because
Whoops.
you said SA1, and I was like,
That
I
is
don't
what
know
they
if we
call
should
it.
abbreviate. No, I think that we should just call it Sonic Adventure.
I think
Okay.
we'll just call it Sonic Adventure.
I don't
like-
think we should abbreviate.
I'd like to see Gamma at some point in the games, but honestly,
Gamma has to show up.
Well, no,
Absolutely.
I would forego Gamma if we get Omega, because Omega is like the
But yeah, but
upgrade,
then
the
they can do
last
the thing where
E-series
Gamma
robot.
sacrifices himself, and everyone that doesn't know about Sonic's sad, and then Omega shows up, and it's like, I
They-
am Omega.
Yeah,
Well, they-
Gamma's story is one of the most
It
impactful
is.
ones in Sonic Adventure.
That's what they did in the comics, where Omega is dispatched by Eggman to hunt down Gamma because he keeps killing all his robots.
Yeah.
And then they have an encounter where Gamma lets himself be destroyed by Omega because he transfers his code into him to free him from Eggman's control. And there's this like somber scene where he's like watching like the sunset or something, and Shadow's there, and he decides to join Shadow because he's like, I don't know what to like do, because he's like feeling for the first time.
Omega, count
'cause-
all the grains of sand.
One,
Okay,
2,
one. This
Also,
is gonna
I
take
just-
so
4,
long.
I want to see my man
Why
Omega.
would you do that?
7.
I love that clip so much.
Well,
Snap,
people
real-time
think-
fandom is so funny.
Oh, they could totally do chaos in the live action ones though.
They
like
could,
flooding
they
a whole
could.
city. They
And
could.
that's another conversation too. Is how many movies
Metal
are we gonna
Sonic
go
is
see?
gonna be the
Yeah,
next
How
one.
many movies are we gonna see, or would
What-
we be
what-
willing to see?
Yeah. What
of
are
these
what are they
games?
grabbing?
What?
And
You
what
know?
are they
Are
putting
they
together?
adapting, right? Because like
Hello.
something else
For 4?
like not just for 4, but like in general, when more movies come out, right? Like,
Yeah.
what are they going to be willing to pull and adapt?
I
right?
Are we
need
gonna
to
go
see
with,
Sonic
like,
Unleashed.
Chaos
I need
after
to
that?
hear.
Are we?
I need to hear that theme in the theaters.
I
Like,
need to see
don't-
Metal Sonic. I need to see live action.
Well,
Metal
like,
Sonic.
remember
got
how
that,
I
but wanna see
reacted
more
when I
of it.
realized it was the Eggman theme in Sonic 3? The dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah,
How
and you
many
see the
fucking
thing
times I
rising
hit
up. Yeah,
you?
you were like, oh my god!
I didn't know that song originated from Sonic 06. I heard it first in Sonic Colors, and I knew it from then on as Eggman's theme.
I knew that
Yeah.
from
It
like
changed from
Unleashed.
Sonic Adventure, right? Like,
Yeah,
wasn't it some fucking...
it was.
Yeah. They changed it, and I like the new one because it feels like Eggman.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of feels like a mad scientist
It's
song.
menacing.
When I fucking heard that in Sonic 3, I was hitting the shit out of Connor because I was like, I knew we were getting like...
You're just like, oh my
We all knew
it's
we
the
were...
music.
Well, we all knew we were getting Live and Learn in some extent. We
Yeah.
all knew we were getting Shadow and Sonic and the super, like, you know, the rings and all of that. Like, we knew we were getting Super Sonic back. And it's like your reaction to the egg carrier thing in 2. Like, I just did not expect to hear that theme.
not the
And
egg
so when I
carrier, the death
recognized
egg
it, it was like a fucking, like, Ratatouille moment of me being a kid again. And I was like, ah! Like, and so if we
You're like,
hear
"Ah!"
that, like, dun, 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 in the theater
Oh,
for,
man.
like, the fucking saxophone that goes like when it goes nuts in that song, I will actually cry. Like, I will
Oh.
full on like need to stand up and clap and disturb the entire theater.
I want to
But,
see the egg dragoon.
and that's what
live
sucks is
action,
that I
just,
feel like such a
flying
fucking
down
shill
with its wings.
by like begging the fucking Paramount Plus to make like 7 more Sonic movies based
Yes.
off of like Sonic CD and Sonic Boom and Sonic 06 and Sonic and the
Sonic-
Secret Rings and Sonic and the
Yeah.
Black Knight
That's
and
the
then we
thing,
reach
yeah.
and then we
It's
reach
like-
Unleashed finally.
Yeah, it's like I don't care
here's
how
the
good
thing.
they are. I remember. I want to.
They-
see
I want to see it.
I want
They
to
could
see.
just
Give me
literally
Omega.
pull for Sonic Unleashed from the 5th movie because like they went from like
Splitting
they
the
literally
entire
nothing.
splitting the entire planet
the video
open.
game
like,
manual for Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic Adventure 2, just the whole game. Like
Yeah.
that came out in like.
But if we know we
2001.
know that they're doing some form of Sonic Boom because in the
Maybe.
trailer you can hear the dun 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 dun
yeah,
from
yeah,
Sonic Boom.
they're like Sonic
Like we
CD,
know
yeah.
they're doing Sonic Boom and Sonic CD. I think for the 4th movie.
I wonder if they're
And
going to.
if the theories and the potential leaks are right, and it's a time travel, if it's a glimpse into time travel with Amy coming back from like a future where Metal Sonic was made or some shit, like it's assumed
it
and
could be Little
theorized that it's a time travel story. Then we know what the end credit scene is going to be.
Oh, maybe.
Silver. It
Yeah.
would have to be if
Messing
they're
with
doing
time
time
travel.
travel.
And
Like
you know
we
what that could do?
We know now that Paramount is willing to adapt the games. Like we know that Paramount isn't playing around and is like, yeah, Sonic 3 and Knuckles and now Sonic Adventure 2.
If-
you know, Maria, you know, the Dr. Robotnik, like the old scientist, and bringing in the Live and Learn. Like we know now they're taking it more seriously than they did with the first movie.
If we
The first
don't-
movie has almost nothing from the games. Like we know that they are willing to start plucking to get people in seats, and it's working. It's going to keep working.
What is the thing from Sonic 06, the big bad guy? The
Mephiles or Mephiles or
No,
something?
not
Mephiles
Mephiles.
was the one that kills Sonic.
Not
You're thinking about the
Mephiles.
Flames of Disaster?
No, yeah, the thing that like started out as a little
Iblis?
fire. Iblis, yeah. If they wanted to say skip, well, no, if they wanted to skip, maybe not do like an Iblis thing. What they could do is have time travel, like the shenanigans that Sonic does with time travel, messes with the space time, whatever. Silver comes in, and they could use that instead of Iblis. Introduce like the Time Eater from Generations, pulling things from the other.
Yeah, but then when
movies from
Skip
the other
Unleashed, and
stuff.
I don't want that.
No, I'm saying later.
I think if
I'm saying it doesn't
Silver
have to do
shows
that
up,
now,
they
but,
should
like,
do
Blaze.
Yeah, they should do Blaze.
I
like
fucking
Blaze.
love to see
If
Blaze.
Silver
in live
comes
action.
back, it's gonna need to be like I feel like
If-
Silver isn't in fucking anything now. Like if they bring in
He's
Silver,
really not.
it's gonna be Sonic 06.
sorry.
Like that's gonna have to be what they're
Silver
adapting.
shows up, I think they should do like a 6-episode miniseries where
Silver
and
voiced by
Wade-
Jesse Eisenberg. Give it to me now.
Oh, that kind of works.
That
though.
kind- yeah,
that
right?
kind of works actually.
Yeah, or like I don't
But,
know, not Michael Cera. If Michael
well-
Cera can be like enthusiastic, maybe. But
You
like,
know what they
I
do-
always feel like Jesse Eisenberg would work.
what they got to build to is I'm wondering. I hope if Metal Sonic is in the fourth movie that it's not like his last appearance. I want one Metal Sonic if there are multiple to survive and later become Metal Overlord.
But do we
for a
really
Sonic
want
Heroes
like
start thing.
all of like? Because think of how many fucking Sonic characters there are. Do we want to see Charmy the Bee like
No,
make an appearance
I'm
and
saying
be evolved?
No, I'm saying instead they do Team Sonic and Team Dark, where they introduce Rouge and Omega,
But
and have
Metal
those
Sonic
two
is
teams
not
come
Team
together.
Dark though. You're saying
No,
you want
Metal
a
Sonic
version
is-
of Metal
They,
Sonic to
they
stick
team
around.
up to stop Metal Overlord. In Sonic
yeah.
Heroes, all four teams come together, but instead of having four teams, because that's a lot to handle, just Shadow's team and Sonic's team having to team
We do know
up
that
to take
Shadow's
down
going to
Metal
have
Overlord.
a role in Sonic 4. We
Yeah,
know
we
that
know he's coming
he's
back.
not part of Team Sonic. We know that for a fact.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I think someone in the writing team confirmed
What if-
that Shadow is coming back, but he is not Team Sonic.
Maybe that's how they introduce either Rouge or Omega,
Maybe.
where Omega is a powerful robot built by Metal Sonic that gets damaged and like loses his memory, and then
Because I do
teams
like
up
that
with
Shadow kind of does his own thing. Like he has.
I
his
want
own
to see
group of
Omega.
friends.
That's
I
a
want to
big
see
thing about
Omega.
him,
If I
too.
don't
He's
see
his
my
own, like,
man, I'm
anti-hero.
gonna disappoint.
Yeah.
But this just brings me back to the point I wanted to make, like, because I was talking about how Sonic in the games is a static character,
Yes.
right?
Yes, yes.
What I enjoy about the movies, because like adaptation for at least the first two movies is a very loose term here, right? Like they're
Yes.
adaptations. What I enjoy about the movies,
They're
though,
just like ripping from the source material, really.
is they're
They're pulling and picking whatever it is they.
Sonic in the
sounds and
movies
stuff.
isn't a static character. He actually goes through
Yes, he
character
does.
arcs,
Yes.
Yeah.
and that's what I like.
He gets like angry and
about
upset
the
and sad.
movies because it recontextualizes a lot of things, right? Like the first movie is a very big kind of like fish out of water. Like he's on Earth now. He has to
Yeah,
like
part road trip
find
comedy,
this
part have
family.
fun.
It's like
It
the
does
animated.
what it needs to. Yeah.
Is it the classic like animated CGI character road trip story?
Yes.
Yes.
But it's Sonic.
But
so
it's
I'm having
Sonic,
fun.
so I can excuse it.
And it was
Um,
comfortable. It's a comfortable movie to go back to, actually. Because, like, with Sonic 2, I was kind of waiting for it to feel like Sonic, but with Sonic 1, I'm like, it's the first Sonic movie. He's got the turtle in his hand, you know, he's got his little shoes.
He fights robots.
He's, Jim Carrey's dancing to that one song in his little truck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel like Sonic, but I kind of like that it doesn't. I kind of like
Yeah.
that Sonic is in this universe.
It's this version of Sonic that we're gonna see grow into.
Absolutely, yes.
And
More
then
of
we get
what
to
the game
SA2
is.
where Stone is going
Do
to
not
slide.
abbreviate Sonic Adventure.
Sorry. Then we go to Sonic 2.
Yo, they made a sequel? I'm sorry.
Fuck. And then you go to Sonic 2, where you get that slideshow of Stone going through different like Robotnik outfits, and you see him with like the heavy metal
Dude,
outfits
the
and the
scene-
classic
The
Eggman look,
scene
and
where
it's
I
like
think
they're
it's
getting
Tails
everything.
that catches the compass, and then it's like a PNG of
him,
Eggman that
like-
comes in and grabs it. It's
Oh, it's
so
my- it's-
good.
And he has the Eggmobile, like the Eggmobile.
Yeah, he's
looks,
the egg
looks
carrier.
Like the
He's
egg
in the
carrier.
thing.
And you've got like the buzz bombers. The drones kind of look like that, like the mosquito ones.
In Sonic
Oh.
2, the movie, right? Like, we do see, like, Tails goes, you know, he's here, like,
It's
who
good.
looks up to Sonic, right?
He like doubts himself and all of that.
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Yeah,
It's
he
like,
goes
gotta-
through
he's
the whole
gotta
thing
prove
about
himself.
doubts. Knuckles has this whole thing, like his whole character arc of being like the static, you know, like old protector of the Master Emerald once he gets tricked and whatever.
Yeah.
But Sonic himself even goes through this whole like theme of like learning to fill in that hero role. Like,
Yeah.
right, the first one is like of him finding his place on this new home. The second one is him learning to actually be a hero. You know, great power, great responsibility. Having this like guy like Tails who looks up to him, right? Having Knuckles who he has to like come around and help redeem. Because Eggman's tricking him.
Who's also part of his past with how the echidnas took out Longclaw.
Yeah, it's a big thing too. And then that's also something like the movies just give us a backstory for Sonic.
Yeah, like Longclaw's
Yes.
never been in the show in the games.
And then Sonic 3, I like how it completely recontextualizes Sonic and Shadow's like relationship and their
It did give
foils
me
to
a
each
better
other.
understanding of what the hype was around Sonic and Shadow than Sonic Adventure 2, because I unfortunately played it on the Steam version, and I
I'm
actually never
sorry.
beat it. I never beat it. I got to the part where all four of them are working together, or all of them are working together, and there was something I had to find in a Rouge level underwater. I just could not fucking find it. I kept restarting. I could never find the last thing, and so I never beat the game.
That's because the last thing was Big the Cat, but he was removed.
Yeah,
for
they
real.
replaced him with a ring.
Yeah.
Can't beat it.
Yeah, but the third Sonic movie kind of recontextualizes their relationship because in the video games, right? The big thing about Sonic is he's a static character. He doesn't change. He doesn't grow. He doesn't
Things just
evolve.
kind of
He's
happen around him.
free as the wind, and everyone else kind of grows around him. Right?
Usually
He-
relatively
he-
positive too, like even in Secret Rings.
Yeah, he's helping to like build these people up, right? And then the whole thing of the games is Shadow isn't that free spirit that Sonic is.
No.
He is this experiment that was created with the purpose of curing someone. He was
Ooh.
implanted with these memories, right? Like
That made me wonder if they're gonna do anything with Black Doom, because we know that
That would be
Shadow came
fascinating.
down from like a meteorite, and that he
There's-
was like already like in a like, because we don't really know. We know that like Sonic was like a baby and was hanging out with Longclaw, but we don't really know much about like
his world.
his
or-
They-
how he was
they've-
born
they-
and
Yeah.
like where Longclaw found him. Like, did he have hedgehog parents or anything like that? But we know that like Shadow came down as a meteorite
They
and
gotta
was
do
kind of
Black Doom.
already like a thing, and we know that
Yeah.
he's linked to Black Doom, right? Like, didn't Black Doom create him or something like that?
Yeah, Black Doom helped create him in the games.
Yeah. So
Um,
like, I wonder how they're gonna.
Why was Black Doom like on the fucking science team, or they just made
Yeah,
him
Black
using
Doom was one of his dads. The comet showed up. The Black Comet shows up in the games, and
Yeah.
Gerald's
but
like, "Oh my
wasn't
god,
it-
I need to cure my niece," and then Black
Didn't
Doom's
he
like,
just-
"I can help."
Wait, so Gerald actually made like a deal with
He
with
made-
Black Doom. I thought he just took some of the material and was like, I'm gonna.
Is that why Maria's sickness was so relevant to Sonic Adventure 2, kind of? Like, is that what...
Yes.
Because I've never understood why Maria not having her sickness was such a big deal when she was going to die anyways.
Yeah, in the games, she is suffering from like a disease, like a sickness.
That's also why she's
Um,
isolated on the
she's-
Ark. Is she can't go back
here.
to Earth?
She's on the arc
Because
because,
it's like a bad
the
sickness,
low
it could
gravity
spread.
helps to like put the sickness in remission, and Shadow was
Oh.
part of like the research to cure it, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Then in
Wasn't
Shadow,
he like he was a byproduct? The Biolizard was the first one.
the
And then
Biolizard
he
was the
second.
first one. He was the second.
But what was their goal? Was Shadow supposed to be able to cure Maria?
Yeah, that was one of the goals.
I guess also to make a weapon for the government. 'cause
Yeah,
they're
the
working
government
with guns.
wanted
The
a
government.
weapon.
government.
Gerald Robotnik
Secret
wanted a
system.
cure. Black Doom wanted a vessel to
And the
bring the
general's
ultimate
like, and the general's
destruction.
like, I want a weapon,
And then General Gunn is like, I wanted to shoot him.
literally. And he's like, I'm gonna make a guy that can kill people.
So
But,
I guess
um,
Maria's death kind of makes all of that fall apart, and then all of the alliances start going in different directions.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, a
That-
big
that-
part of
I
Shadow's
see.
story
That-
is
that
like
leads
the-
to-
I never understood that. I'm literally coming to
Yeah.
understand that for the first time today. I'm
well-
such a fake Sonic fan.
Mo-
Do you think
no.
we're gonna get the Shadow the Hedgehog movie where he says, "Where is this damn fifth Chaos Emerald?"
I know we're supposed to
in-
be getting a spin-off Shadow
Well,
thing after the
in-
fourth movie.
We are. Oh my god.
So
yeah, that's
we
really
might see
crazy.
Black Doom explored there.
In Sonic Adventure 2, like
That would probably be
When-
the place to do it, because I don't know how. Because Black Doom isn't relevant to like. Is Black Doom relevant to Sonic 06 and all of that?
No,
I know.
he-
I know
he
it's not
is-
relevant
he's
to like Sonic
entirely
Unleashed
separate.
onward.
He is only relevant in Shadow the Hedgehog (parentheses 2005)
Yes.
and Shadow Generations.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
and besides maybe like
So I feel like the show
probably.
probably would be the place to do that then.
I
if
think
they're
the show
not,
would be a
'cause
place
it's not
to
gonna be relevant
explore,
to
like,
Boom and all that.
All of the video game
Well,
Oh
Shadow
god, do you
themes.
think we're gonna get a Rise of Lyric Adaptation?
I don't think
No,
so.
that's not
That would
popular
be crazy.
enough.
That would be crazy.
They could maybe throw in like a reference, like Sonic at one point wears a scarf and it looks suspiciously like the one that he wears.
And
in
he goes
Boom.
like, no, not doing this.
Yeah,
I don't
something
know
like
about
that.
all this sports tape.
Next thing you know, they'll want.
Or maybe he goes like, oh, oh, ramps! Oh, we can use this as a ramp! And then Knuckles like, what are you guys talking about?
I was gonna make a joke where he'd be like, "Oh, next thing you know, they're gonna paint my arms blue," but his arms are blue in the movies.
They are.
For some reason, Knuckles just starts like flying up.
He can already glide.
yeah!
But yeah, there's like
He does the same scream he always does.
there's so many just like big ticket bad guys that you want to see in like the movies. There's
This from Spider-Man.
well, what is it? What is the fucking six? The Deadly Six.
the Deadly
And they're
Six.
his worst nightmare.
Well, there's like you got Chaos first of all, which is
Chaos.
just a cool villain. You got Black Doom.
You got Black
Metal
Doom.
Overlord, if we're
Yeah.
counting that, because again, that's possible.
Dark Gaia.
Dark Gaia. The
I
Time
need
Eater,
Dark
if we're
Gaia.
counting
Black
that.
Paramount, do you fucking hear me? Do you fucking hear me? I need Dark Gaia. I need to hear that. I need to hear that orchestra. I will like buy out a theater and do like the $100 an hour and just play Sonic Unleashed. I need to get fucking rich to do this just so I can hear that song as like a in the theater. I need it.
Renting out
it.
a theater just to play Sonic Unleashed would be awesome, though.
The
It's
point is,
really expensive.
there is enough material there, like right there, for like 5, even 6 or 7 big ticket movies. Of like, there's so many big things they can do in adventures, not even counting the other stuff in between, because they can adapt anything that they choose. There's like, we haven't even seen the Death Egg. We've seen the Space Colony arc, which isn't even a space colony. In that, it's just the Eclipse cannon.
It was just the Eclipse.
It's
Yeah.
just a big gun, and we've seen
I'm-
big robot Death Egg robot. We've not actually seen the Death Egg. That'd be an interesting way with time travel, where maybe Gerald Robotnik future cyber formed whatever the entire planet, or went to the moon and after blowing it apart reformatted it with the Eclipse cannon to become the Death Egg or
Well,
something.
Eggman blew up the moon
Yeah, well,
before he killed himself.
yes. Well, he
In the
cut
movies.
a part of the moon off, but yeah.
And he went, look what you did!
We haven't seen the Death Egg yet. You're
We
so
haven't.
right, actually.
Or the Egg Carrier.
No.
We haven't seen. There's so many. Again,
What
Omega,
I'm-
Rouge. You got all the stuff that goes along with that.
I
There
feel like
is
I
so
care
much.
a little bit more about... Because, like,
I just want Omega.
Like,
I want my man.
when Eggman was able to create stuff like the giant egg robot, it's because he had the power of the Master
Yes,
Emerald.
yeah.
And then, like, when the cannon was being built, it's because it was, like, Gerald dealed
yeah,
one,
Gerald
right? Gerald
dealed one.
Robotnik, like, already kind of had that being worked on.
Yeah, he tricked the
because
government
he had...
to put tax money into it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like they need...
I don't even think he tricked
they
them.
would
They knew
need
damn
to
well what
go-
they were making. They were just hoping they'd be the ones to
They've
use
been
it.
carefully treading the line between realism and like just having straight up magic. Like
Yeah.
I think the movies are being a little bit more careful with how they explain all of these like alien things and how they explain like how Eggman's able to create this giant robot or you know what I mean? I feel
Well, in
like
that
they
case,
would.
that's just the Master Emerald, but yeah.
Well, that's
you're
what I
right.
mean. Is that like I don't know if they're gonna want to go full just like Eggman can just make this. Like and him making the little robots is because he's smart
yeah.
and that's something that we're capable of dealing with now this day and age. We can have like
I
we can
agree.
have drones.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
the Death Egg is a
Yeah,
much
they
bigger
gotta- I
stretch
feel like-
than the Egg Carrier.
I don't know if
The Egg
we're ever
Carrier
gonna
would be
get
more like-
anything like that because I feel like it would start to feel a little too ridiculous for a movie if he was
I
just
know.
like, look what I have.
I think yeah,
it's gonna
if
be
Eggman
hard to keep
pulled
explaining how he's able to create these things.
Oh, I agree.
If
I'm
Eggman
just saying that it
pulled
would be
up
fun.
with like be like I have a space station. Yeah, it could be.
Although
like,
maybe this whole like going
Make it
back in
just
time
like a
thing,
bigger
or
version
maybe
of
it's
the
not
Egg
going
Carrier,
back
like
in
the
time,
Fleet
and
from
maybe it's an
Unleashed.
alternate universe, which would then be able to help explain it a little bit more.
Maybe.
If he were to have like the Death Egg, that's the thing. Like I feel like explaining all of these alien creatures, like Rouge the Bat just showing up, or Silver showing up, like that could be explained because it's aliens. Like
Time
we
travel,
know,
aliens,
we know that Sonic is an
alternate
alien.
dimensions,
We know that like
rings.
Tails and the Echidna and Shadow is literally like came down from a fucking meteor. Like we have established the Emerald and its powers, and we've established that aliens can't come down.
Yeah.
So characters like Rouge the Bat, or Blaze, or Silver showing up, or Amy for that matter,
Yes.
showing up with her like flying fucking hammer. We've come to expect that. But every time Eggman has had something big, there's kind of been an explanation for it.
Yeah.
I feel like they can't just like
Okay, maybe not the Death Egg, but
have like this giant thing that he's just built. Like I'm going to be surprised if they can just continue to get bigger
I am
and bigger
saying
with
that
it.
in relation to Sonic Unleashed, he did have a fleet of ships, so they could do like a egg carrier thing where he has the main carrier, and then there's that separate flying platform that he uses with the emeralds to crack open the planets.
What I'm curious about is the
And that would give
arc
us the coolest
that
scene.
Sonic might be going on in the
And
fourth
that-
movie.
I think it's going to be related to, if it is like a time travel thing, I think it's going to be related to his origins. Because it's the only thing that we still don't really know about. We don't know where we know that Sonic was in Green Hills, and we know that he was raised by Longclaw, but like we don't know. We know more about where Shadow came from at this rate because he came down from the comet, and he was raised by the scientists, and they were experimenting on him and stuff. But Sonic was just with Longclaw, and then he was gone.
Also, if Jim Carrey isn't in Sonic 4, he is?
He is.
Yeah, he is.
I didn't know that. I didn't know it was confirmed.
And we think that it's going to be either alternate universe or time travel. Although I genuinely don't think I don't think our Eggman is dead.
Teleported him out.
That's what I mean. I think because we were not told the limits, or we were not explained the limits of Shadow's ability to teleport people with him. Sometimes he teleports with Sonic and didn't even mean to.
No.
Like we know, and he can just like teleport people to however fucking long the distance is. So if he teleported himself out, which we know he did, why wouldn't he have teleported Eggman out? Why would he just let him die?
Because they both... Well, actually, no. Only...
Why would he get himself out of there, though?
Only Sonic fell,
and he
right?
saw
Shadow
that
maintained the super form.
He
Only
literally
Sonic
told
fell.
Eggman, like, the thing's going to explode, and
Knuckles
Eggman
fell.
was the one that made this decision to be like, no, I gotta sacrifice myself.
Then wouldn't that just be him respecting Eggman's choice?
But he was also going to sacrifice himself. And then he just kind of teleported out. Like, why would Shadow teleport out if the whole point was that they were both sacrificing themselves because of what they had done? And he got out of there. We know he got out of there because of the second cutscene where he picks up his inhibitor ring. Why would he not take Eggman with him? Just fuck you, Eggman. Just me, actually, that's not going to sacrifice myself. Bye.
I mean, ultimately, we'll wait and see. I hope that
I don't
Metal
think our
Sonic is
Eggman...
good.
If our Eggman's dead, then they have to explain another reason as to why Shadow got out of there.
Or
'Cause
maybe
it can't just be that he teleported away.
Maybe it's a Sonic... Maybe it's a Sonic Heroes thing where we think it's actually Eggman. It's actually just a robot replica made by the
Metal
original
Sonic.
Metal Sonic. Because that's what happens. Everyone's hunting after Eggman. It turns out, no, the real
That would be
Eggman's
so
locked
sad
up.
for Snow to think that it's him, and then he
Because
glitching out, and Stone's all sad. I thought it was real.
In Sonic Heroes,
They're gonna do that. They're gonna do that.
Yeah.
They're gonna do that.
Well,
They're gonna give us more Yao
But he
shit.
didn't kill him. In Sonic Heroes, Eggman was just locked up by him. So it could be that they rescued the alternate universe Eggman and he goes to replace the main one.
But,
and then he meets Stone. Maybe he loses his stone, and this is a chance for them to get back together.
That would be cute. That would be cute.
Sonic
That way, you get the robot duplicate replica. They get to free Eggman from Metal's control, and also possibly set up Metal Overlord if one of his duplicates, if he has many, as it looks like he does, survives the original. You could even have references to Mecha Sonic with different variations of him. If there's a scene where he shows off other duplicates, you could have Mecha Sonic, like the old Silver, the Robo Sonic. There's a lot they can do. Again, they can do anything.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We have no idea what they could do. You didn't expect to hear the fucking theme when the fucking Eclipse Cannon rolls up, and they blow it out of the water. They can do anything.
It's fantastic.
I think one thing I would want from the next Sonic movie, other than for it to be good, which I think it will be,
I think so.
is, you know how the two Mario movies had some shots and scenes that just kind of looked like they're going through a level?
Yes.
I would love if they did something like that with Sonic running through a loop-de-loop, or having a segment where it just kind of looks like he's running through a level.
Or he does a homing attack on multiple, because he did that a few times, didn't he?
Maybe they make that a bonding moment where he and Amy are going through the different worlds together and kind of bonding together over oh my god, it's Angel Island, oh my god, it's the Cool Zone, oh my god, it's Chemical Plant, you know? They gotta go to Chemical Plant in the next movie. I don't know if Chemical Plant is in Sonic Boom, I don't think it is, but we haven't seen any of the other Sonic levels yet.
It's not Sonic Boom. I think you're talking about Sonic CD, because that is probably the
Sonic Boom's the song. Sorry.
Sonic Boom is the song.
Sonic Boom is in Sonic CD. That is the song.
Yeah, because they have this theme play in the trailer.
Sonic Boom.
When is it coming out? When's the movie coming out?
Next year. I think March or May 2027.
Something like that.
We're gonna be there.
We're gonna be there. We're gonna be there for sure.
We're still gonna be doing this next year.
We're not gonna forget.
Don't forget.
Don't forget.
God, we're gonna get fucking Sonic next year, Deltarune this year. There is gonna be
tomorrow.
fucking.
Yeah, Deltarune's definitely tomorrow.
Although, now, we have been recording for a while, but we would be doing a disservice if we did not talk on another video game movie adaptation, that being FNAF.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
My beloved. Oh man, I was falling so out of love with FNAF before I saw that first movie, because I don't care about the Mimic, I don't care about the books. I don't care
about.
I don't want to read.
Help Wanted was building up something so cool, and Security Breach kind of just said never
Didn't
mind.
do anything.
And then I don't care about the Mimic. Everything pre Security Breach was phenomenal. And Help Wanted is freaky. Like, Help Wanted freaks me the fuck out. But, like, I love how the movies are kind of building their own thing, like, making Mike Schmidt and, like, his, like, more of a character and not just, like, a placeholder name.
So the thing about the movies, because, like, so the game, right, FNAF 1, the very first one, the original, the one that's seen everything.
Yeah.
It was literally Scott's games Afton, what's his name?
Scott Cawthon.
Scott Cawthon.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was Scott Cawthon's last big attempt at making games before.
Yeah, it's just like a PNG basically.
Yeah, and that was wildly successful. I fully, wholeheartedly do genuinely believe the story was kind of like improvised between him and the videos that Matt was putting out.
Really?
He was just kind of.
I honestly believe he was like on the fly, like just yep, this is what I'm doing, and didn't have like anything concise until like maybe the fourth game.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's scary how similar the first game is to that like one Chuck E. Cheese incident that Matt did the first video on. That's freaky. It's funny how like the first episode is
that
about,
is freaky.
Like the first video that Game Theory did on FNAF is about that murder at Chuck E. Cheese, and then the second one is like, this is why this is a prequel. It's because if you look over there at 6:43 a.m., like right before the bell rings, then you beep boop boop beep boop, like you know what I mean? Like after then on, it's about like the actual lore of the games. First of all, it's really funny. But I like how the movies have kind of, again, it's the same thing that the Sonic movies did. It reignited my love of the franchise by making it simple again, while still inviting speculation of like what's going on, like what's going to happen to Vanessa.
A lot of their own thing.
And like, oh my god, they found Springtrap. How are they going to adapt the third game? You know what I mean? Like, it's still inviting, like, what's going on with Mike Schmidt, and like, is his daughter okay, and all of that shit, right?
I'm excited for.
Oh, and the introduction of Michael Afton. Michael Afton is now in, and he's now kind of like,
and he's like a whole different dude from what
Circus Baby showed up in the second movie
for
what the
like
fuck
2 seconds.
What the fuck is going on with that? You know what I mean? Like,
I remember sitting in the theater when we were watching that, and the scene shows up where she like bumps into the thing and turns around, and there was just full on Circus Baby there.
The full built Circus Baby, which by the way was so big and so well built that it could not fit on a plane and had to get brought to the production via train.
Yes.
Because it could not be like shipped.
Also the actual weight of the model is almost the same weight as her canonical weight in the game.
Oh, really?
Made by the fucking puppet guy.
Yeah, the Jim Henson Creature Shop.
Because the actual thing weighs like either 300 or like 600 something pounds.
Yeah.
It's like 300
it
something.
Could not be flown. It had to be sent over via train.
The weight of the model is like maybe like 10, 20 pounds off of maybe what her actual weight was. So not only is it the real dimensions, it's almost 1-to-1 even in its weight.
It's a little bit off because they're going to put a child in it.
Springtrap is my favorite animatronic.
Yeah.
Circus Baby is hers.
Yes.
So when she saw full
movie,
Circus Baby,
just there.
And she looks at you, I could feel the grip on my arm when she was sitting beside me. Death grip.
I literally like my voice went like I literally I sat up. I've never sat up like that before.
She gasped.
I'm gonna say
she clenched my arm so hard, and she was just like vibrating. It was like
because like we hadn't seen. Hold on. I need to say this. The thing with Circus Baby is that she doesn't show up until fucking FNAF World.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes. Like she's not in 1, she's not in 2, she's not in 3, and she's not in 4.
In like sister location.
She's in sister location, but we didn't get her until fucking FNAF World. So I was like, you know what? Like if they're doing 1, they're doing 2, and if they're doing 2, they're doing 3, and if they're doing 3, maybe they'll do 4. So maybe we'll get, if they're doing 4, then we'll have to get something about Circus Baby, considering the Circus Baby location takes place under the FNAF 4 house. We know that.
They probably
so to fucking see this little girl back up, turn around, and then the fucking eyes are open, I'm like, you can't throw this at me, bro. Like you can't do that. I have never had 0 expectations like hit like that before. It was wild.
I think my favorite things about the movies is like the animatronics.
Matt Pat is Bonnie.
I like that Matt Pat's in both of them, and I hope he shows up in the third one as just somebody else.
He just keeps showing up. I would love that. I would love that.
I'm
Who is
really
it? Is
excited to
it?
see Spring.
And then it turns out that Ness just has like a twin that like gave the likeness of his voice or something.
Yeah, Sans.
No, Ness takes another part-time job in Fazbear Frights.
That would be good.
I would love that.
He's the phone dude where he's like, so guys,
I like
we
the
found
idea
one.
of Matt becoming the
theory.
Scott Cawthon equivalent of who is it that like is in all the Sam Raimi movies?
Is
Is it Bruce Campbell?
Yes, Bruce Campbell. All of Sam Raimi's movies have Bruce Campbell be in a cameo. As far as I know, it's all of them, I think.
Yeah, that's funny. I think I would love if
Oh
Matt
yeah,
Pat just
well,
did that.
like Matt Pat is like the theorizer. Like Matt Pat is connected so like tightly with FNAF. It was one of the things that blew him up completely.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny because he was going to make a video on Slenderman instead.
Yeah, and by extension blew up even
Can
the
you
franchise.
imagine
It
the
had a
timeline
feedback.
We
where
would not
Matt
be
Pat
here.
showed up
I feel
into
like
it?
that's like a butterfly flapping his wings. If he had done the video on Slenderman, we would
I
not
just
be recording this
remembered that
podcast.
there
Our
is a
lives would
Slenderman
be
movie.
different.
Oh, is there?
There is. It's bad.
Is it? Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, hey,
No,
look,
they
another
don't
one for the
find
pile
his
of bad,
pages.
another one for the
What?
pile of
They
bad,
don't find his pages.
What's the fucking point then?
What's the whole point?
What is the whole
so
point?
Did they do it based off of the like little girls who were going to
No.
murder their friend off of Slenderman?
no,
I don't
although
remember that.
so the whole plot of the movie is about these people and they discover like the urban like mystery of Slender Man on the
Yeah.
internet and they get haunted by Slender Man and it's like, you know, it like it
Like the Pennywise?
the Pennywise
Yeah.
like the clown. So
Slender
it
Man
came
just starts
out,
like following them.
it's like Slender Man, but if Slender Man was it instead of like Slender Man, they don't find pages. At the end, one of them turns into a tree for some reason.
Like one of the kids?
Yeah, one of the main characters turns into a tree at the end of the movie.
And there's no page on the tree.
There's no pages. They don't find any pages in the fucking movie. But like at the end, you know, the end credits that are playing.
Yeah.
They have the actual, like, if I remember correctly, 911 phone call audio. Yeah, it's insane.
That is.
It's a clusterfuck of a movie, and it ends with one of the most disrespectful end credits I've ever seen.
That, like, Slenderman's
Holy
whole thing,
fuck,
like,
that's awful.
Slenderman's whole creepy vibe wasn't even that he was like ever active.
It was just
like,
he stalks you.
yeah,
and
just
you
like
find
like
his
like
pages.
oh, there's like well even before that, just like
And then
the
he goes
image.
like,
Even before that, the image that was edited where it's
And
like
then
an old
iDubbbz
image
makes
with
the
kids,
Slenderman
and there's like
Gangnam
this
Style
tall guy
video.
standing behind him. It's like this
Yeah.
is the Slender Man. Like that is.
I think
he works better as just like a cryptid that just kind of exists.
I
when you
think
make
the
him like
best
ooh, it's like
adaptation of Slender Man is Marble Hornets.
I
What is that?
haven't seen that,
It's
but I heard it's good.
a really old YouTube series. I think this came out roughly around the time or just before Slender Man like became a game, right?
It's
So this was
okay.
back when
It's
it was a
very
creepy
old.
pasta.
Oh, fuck.
But it was
okay.
an
Yeah.
old
Oh, yeah, it
YouTube
was that
series
first.
about these three guys who were like trying to make a short film, right? He wasn't even called Slender Man in Marble Hornets. He was just the man in the suit, like John Reese.
Wait a fucking minute.
But like the whole thing is he just kind of kept showing up in the background while they were trying to do shots, right?
Mhm.
And it just drove them insane as the story focused less on their short story and more
and
about
more on them trying to
learning
find out what
about
this
John
thing is.
Reese.
That's crazy.
I kind of like that idea where it's not that Slenderman finds you; it's that you seek him out because he starts showing up, and you
Yes,
need to
yeah,
find
with the
out.
pages, yeah.
Almost like
He becomes more aggressive as you
like,
grab them.
Like you're drawn into
He-
it,
he's
and
something-
then it's like he manifests because of your obsession with him.
He's
That's a
something
cryptid.
cryptic and
That is
eldritch.
yes, that is how you should
Yeah,
do
but
it.
then you can't add the 9/11 call at this. At the
Yeah, then you
beginning.
can't add the
That
call,
is-
and then
ugh.
she can't turn into a tree, and like
You
the guy
can't-
stabs
Did they at
himself
least
in the.
defeat him?
Do they? I don't remember.
I don't know if you can defeat him. I think the way you defeat him
He's-
is
Not
just
when you
to
turn into a
ignore him.
fucking tree. You're
He's-
just a tree now.
You're a tree now.
I feel like the way to beat him is just to burn or delete whatever.
It's
photo
like a
he's
worse
in,
version
and
of
then just kind of
Splatoon.
ignore him.
You're
Yeah.
a tree now. You're not alive now. You produce oxygen now. You know,
That's
like
your job.
that's your
That's
job
what
now.
That's what I Slenderman do. I turn you into a tree. I
turn you
guess.
into a tree. Yeah.
I really
no
like,
pages, just tree. Hey, you know what? Paper comes from trees.
I still find that
Oh,
even
That's what the sequel was gonna be.
it was still crazy watching FNAF 1, just like even like the train tape where you see like the endoskeleton laying there with the guy like drilling into him like that. I recognize that, like seeing the things from the games, because like you and me used to watch the theories like all the time when they
Yes.
would come out.
I
That
would
was,
watch
like,
Matt
what-
Pat play the games and
One,
all
one, of
that.
the one of the earliest points in our friendship was us sitting down and watching all of the fucking theories, all the new, and when a new one came out, we'd sometimes like every year for like first 2 years we'd like rewatch all the
like
theories.
new theory.
Like it was cool. And I kind of fell out around the same time that
I like the FNAF
that
movies
Allie did.
for, like, first of all, the Jim Henson's
The
creatures.
animatronics
like
are
how
really
well
good.
they
the
look,
fact that
how
they
well
build
they
them just
adapt.
like straight
Yeah.
up and they're
But
not just
I
pieces.
also really like them for how fan servicey they are.
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
how a big part, because like Five
Not
Nights at
that.
Freddy's to me,
Sure.
a big part of its identity
Mhm.
is
the fandom.
It's online culture. It's the community
Absolutely.
around it.
The
Right?
The game would not
Yeah.
nearly be as big if it weren't for us.
So I love
Which,
how
by
like
extension, is owed in some way to people like Matt, Pat, or Markiplier, who both
Yes,
played it and reviewed it.
definitely.
I like how looking at the movies, I can see things like, oh, Matt Pat's in it. Oh, he's voicing Toy Bonnie, or like, oh, you know, they squeeze the blush and it's like,
That was crazy.
That was
love that.
funny.
That was insane
It was
when
like
they added that in.
It looks.
It was such a good
those
way to put it in
movies
there.
Look good. They are such a fun watch. Genuinely, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, the opening like scene before the
With
credits
Charlotte?
play with Charlotte is
Seeing him like
probably-
hobble behind with the
yeah,
knife
with
was
the
so
knife,
fucking
and
Yeah.
then like when the
I
puppet's
like
like
that.
raising out with her. Genuinely,
That's
like
cool.
before the opening credits. All of that is probably like some of my favorite Five Nights at Freddy's just media.
Yeah,
evergreen.
that was a really good scene.
Yeah, you.
Or
could
my
cut that in
favorite
as a
scene
short
is,
film.
unironically, where there's almost no animatronics except like Circus Baby, is when it's Vanessa's like dream sequence with her father.
Don't you know I love you?
Don't you know that I care about you? Or like the scene where it's all the doors and then they start opening and closing and he starts
Yeah.
walking forward. Holy fuck,
yeah,
that scene
that
is so...
is-
Like, that was terrifying. I did not realize that Matthew Lillard had that fucking gall in him, dog. Had that Lillard in him.
That's if I,
He was
that's
terrifying.
Ghostface.
And I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming that he was going to start walking down the hallway, but it was the doors that, like, distracted my brain long enough, and the next thing I know, he's on his way.
Yeah, it's like whoa, holy
That's
crap.
like you
Also-
messaging us when you're on your way from the bus.
I'm
Like,
here.
you heading to my door.
Also, even just like obviously for people who don't,
Because
play
that
the
was
games,
unsettling.
they're-
Like, that was just an unsettling, like, abusive parent, like, oh,
Well, it's
holy
not
fuck
even
moment.
just the abuse. Even seeing like Circus Baby there, like for people who play the games and know what the fun times were designed to do, it's like
Or the fact
oh,
that Circus
did-
Baby has her green eyes, which she only got the green eyes when
Like
Elizabeth
after
yeah,
she
took her over.
Yeah, it's
which,
like- it's-
which gives you the implications of that, of like, are they going
Is-
to...
is-
Does this mean Vanessa is not his daughter?
or
Is
or-
that why he's so obsessed with her? Because he lost Elizabeth, stole Vanessa, and like kept her as like
or-
in his twisted way, he loves her because he thinks he's Elizabeth, but then is abusive because she's not.
I thought of it.
He
maybe
fucking
like,
stabbed her in the first movie.
I almost thought of it maybe like this is a version of him where he knows about what's going on and like wants to put her either inside Circus Baby or inside of the other fun times that that he's making them like because he clearly knows about what's going on with them. Maybe it's his fucked up idea of like we're all going to be a family when we're all together inside
Yeah.
of I don't know, live forever inside of robots. It can be anything.
I don't think that was his plan originally.
Probably
I
not.
don't.
But yeah, the green eyes almost
understand.
certainly imply that I mean, if they're going off the lore, that is occupied.
Because the
That
original
is-
rabbit suit did not... Did the original rabbit suit have the spring locks? Because I don't know if it did.
in the games.
Because he's in the rabbit suit at the beginning of the second game, right? Or the beginning of the second film, he's in the rabbit suit.
Yeah.
He's hobbling around. But is that the same rabbit suit that he got spring locked in?
I can only assume
Yes,
it is, but we're not.
They had to redesign it, I believe, for the second movie because I don't think they had the prop from the first one. I believe they had to redesign it.
I just mean, like, in terms of the lore, is that the
Yes.
same suit?
Yeah, the spring locks only failed because it's an old as fuck suit. And it's been sitting in a
yeah.
warehouse.
Who's the guy on film
Water
theory
on the
right
spring
now?
locks causes it to rust, and you know.
Oh.
Hey,
Forrest Lee?
film theory guy, who I forget who you are.
Forrest Lee?
I think I watched your content before.
He used to work with Norma Boots. I believe it is Forrest Lee.
Hey, is it the same suit?
I need to know.
We have to know.
I can't imagine that he would have just
You're
a
Forrest
separate
Lee.
suit.
We have to know. Sorry,
I've
Nardwuar
Nardwuar?
reference.
I don't know. I feel like it is just the same suit. Because like, why would he have two different suits?
I guess that just
Just
like
for fun.
yeah. I guess that it
and
was
if
just
so,
making me
why ever
wonder
wear the
because
spring
like
lock one if there was a chance he could die in it?
that's
feel
yeah.
I feel like it is the same
He
one.
likes
It's
living
just that,
on the
you know,
edge.
years.
Living on the edge. Well, he's a murderer. So
Also,
that is,
I
like,
don't know if it was
literally
the.
what they
Also,
go
I'm pretty
for.
sure it's the cupcake that caused it to fail because the cupcake rips out part of the suit, and
That's
then that
true.
part of the spring lock start to fail.
But
which
he's
causes
moving
the
in it.
others
Like
to-
he's fucking he's doing this shit. He's moving
he's
in
like,
it.
I got a knife.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe it's the animatronic standing around him, focusing on him, causing the suit to function. I don't know. It's magic. It's souls
Look how
trapped in
small you
machinery.
are. I like that.
No one asked this question when Sonic's holding back a beam that's gonna cut Earth in
Yeah,
half.
but that's
He
'cause
had the
it's-
power of
that's
the
'cause
Master
it's Sonic,
Emerald.
and he had
And they got the power
Chaos
of dead
Emeralds
kids in
and
them.
Super
I don't know.
Shadow.
They not. They're
No,
enchanted.
the Springlock
Sonic
shit. The
would-
Springlock suit did not have dead kids.
I'm
The
saying that
Sonic
it could
franchise
have been.
would never kill a child.
You fucker. I actually, for a second, like, I believed you. Even though I know that they did.
That's
For a second there, I looked at
crazy.
you like, oh.
You're like, oh fuck, Tanner, yo, you speaking facts, dog.
it's
know.
it's like, yeah, they wouldn't
The
actually.
cupcakes just got that dog in her. I believe the cupcakes.
No, I
are,
think
isn't
she
it?
has icing and batter. Really,
It's got fucking saws in it for some reason.
that
I
is
don't know.
true. That is true. Did we see the cupcake at all in the second film?
I don't think so.
Which is funny because I feel like
Actually, yeah, I don't think we
I
did.
don't think so.
My
Even though
favorite-
wasn't it like in the promotional material?
I don't remember.
I feel like
I
it
don't
was.
know anything about the promotional material. I just know I liked the opening credits or the opening scene before
was
the
really good.
credits. I thought it was kind of weird that Megan Fox was in it, but
It's so
She
funny.
did a good job.
I don't remember why, but I was looking up stuff about Matt Pat for something. I think it might have been for an edit. And it was really funny looking up pictures of Matthew Fox and seeing him beside Matthew
Matthew
Patrick,
Patrick.
and seeing him beside Megan Fox. And like for a second I was like, why the fuck are there so many like news articles with Matthew and like next to Megan? And then I
Megan,
remembered
and
that,
you're
oh
like,
yeah,
oh,
it's
yeah.
FNAF. It was funny.
yeah, but like I also like the scene in the second movie where they're basically just doing Five Nights at Freddy's 2 with the withered animatronics.
That was really good.
Just,
And the same when he just fucking rips Balloon Boy's head off.
yeah,
That was good. That was good.
it was good. It's fun. It's really fun.
I wish Wither Bonnie got a bit more screen time, but I understand that there's a lot of characters they have
I
to
do
deal
wish
with.
that they kind of let that like office scene like in the withered and the
just
toy
a little bit more.
because I
Yeah.
didn't mind that the animatronics from the first movie came in and like saved the day by killing the toy animatronics.
The whole-
like those
Yeah, I
were
thought that was
their
cool.
friends, right, at the beginning. But I think I would have preferred us getting more of the toy and the withered animatronics, especially
I
since the
was-
withered animatronics aren't they meant to be the FNAF 1 animatronics?
I don't know.
They were
Wizards-
repurposed,
the
and that's
wi-
why they look similar.
I don't
The
think
Wizards
so.
were.
But that's the prequel. Isn't that the point? Was that they were like like they were destroyed, and then they repurposed them for the FNAF 1 animatronics, which is why it's Foxy, Chica, Bonnie, and Freddy.
yeah,
might
the-
have.
yes,
I'm
the-
pretty sure
I-
that's the original intention that they were
the
repurposed.
Wizards in 2 become the guys in 1.
Yeah. So it's
In
just
a
weird to
reverse
see them
way.
all separated.
Yes,
And
I was
think it would have been
expecting them
cool-
to be
I
withered
think,
from
I
being
think it
old.
would have been cooler if the withered animatronics showed up and started ripping up the toy animatronics, and that it turns out that like that's the ones
Yeah.
from 1, because that would make them, and then that would be full circle considering they're supposed to be them in the prequel. So now making them in the sequel would have been cool.
Yeah, I feel like.
And then it's almost like unsettling when these fucking monsters start ripping apart, and like Chica brings her big fucking beak down on Toy
Yeah.
Chica
And
because
I
she has
feel
no
like-
arms and she's just out like this.
And
And
I-
then like maybe Abby walks up to that Chica who's just looking down at her like that, and she goes like, "Oh my god, I found you," and hugs her, and poor Chica
Yeah.
can't hug her back.
I.
That would have been a little bit cooler,
also
because then it
definitely-
would have come full circle.
It also seems like they probably had enough, maybe secondary characters to do for the office scene, like Balloon Boy or the other endos, because there is an endo that goes into the
Yes,
things
yeah.
in the games. So it could still be just like other
I
discarded
do wish they
robots.
played around with that a little bit more, but I did
Yeah.
enjoy the
Also-
second movie a lot more than the
Also,
first.
the like 100 mini puppet things that don't show up again after the opening, the ones that like
The
swarm on
ones
that
in the,
guy,
in the well,
and
no,
then
they,
don't
didn't they show up? Weren't they like attacking? Weren't they gonna attack
like
Mike?
swarm on that guy.
Yeah, but they don't come
They
back
do
after
try to
that.
attack Mike.
They
yeah.
try to attack Mike Schmidt,
When?
when he goes back to
goes
find
into
Abby.
the restaurant, and then
and he goes through that.
The little
He
ones
goes
do?
through the
Yeah, they're like trying.
They're
to
like in
fall
the
on
water.
him.
I mean, like later in the office scene, they're in the same.
No,
building,
but they
don't
weren't
show
in
up.
FNAF 2. They're from like
I don't.
they're from
I
like
don't
Help
know.
Wanted.
Yeah, but
Maybe.
that office is in the building where they are. I'm saying that if they didn't want to use the Wizards, they could
They
use
can
the Endos
only.
and
They
those
could
guys
only
and
go
Balloon
in the
Boy.
water.
Balloon Boy could also go in the water. He didn't give a fuck.
He didn't know. Balloon Boy was
Balloon Boy
funny.
is not bound by the limitations of this
He
world.
just like hobbles. We've seen him in Help Wanted. When you make him go away, he just hobbles into the
He
darkness.
does. He just like leaves.
He's so funny. He
well,
has
yeah,
this dumb little run cycle.
FNAF 3, I am kind of excited for it.
I think it would work a lot because at this point, I feel like they could focus because FNAF 2 had like. I'm sorry, I totally cut you off, but like FNAF 2 had a lot more characters, which meant that a lot of the focus was stretched, including like the screen time stretched for a lot of the characters. Whereas with FNAF 3, it's like you got Springtrap. There are the Phantoms, but they're not real. They're hallucinations. I'm sure they'll reuse some of the models, but like in physically, you've got Springtrap.
They kind of have
and
to
you've
if we're
got,
doing FNAF 3, considering a lot of the animatronics that are Phantom animatronics in FNAF 3 are from FNAF 2.
Yes.
Like, Freddy is built off of the FNAF 2 Withered animatronic, and there's, the Watermelon Chica, which is based off of FNAF 1, and the Puppet.
Yeah,
I bet
well, I'm saying
the
that
Phantoms
for
are all
3,
going to
it's
show up
like-
in like a hallucination scene.
Oh, yeah.
I
I'm
hope
excited
that
to see
they're kind of.
Springtrap.
I hope that they're sprinkled around a little bit more instead of just being confined to one scene.
Yeah, I
do
would like that
wonder.
too.
I do wonder how they're going to do Springtrap. Whether is it going to be
Considering he's incredibly underwhelming in the third game, I do hope that they play it up
well,
more.
also, is it going to be that like he's actually like a corpse in the suit, or is it that he's just been sitting there for a while? Because it seems like
Well, it's
he's
both.
got to be dead at this point,
It's
right?
both.
And so
we
he's
know that
haunting
he
the
is
suit.
dead in the suit, but it's his hatred that's keeping him alive.
I do wonder if we're going to
It's
see.
not the kids; it's him. It's just Matthew Lillard.
I do.
Yeah.
I do hope. I do hope we get a cool jump scare where he like, or I think of the
Dead by Daylight scare.
well, not just the Dead by Daylight one. That one is actually based off of one of the secret screens you can get in FNAF 3, which shows Springtrap like pulling the thing out, and you can see.
No,
like,
he
the
just
face
grabs you and
screaming.
screams in your face. He doesn't rip his face
No,
off.
no,
or
no. In
anything.
FNAF 3, there are a handful of secret
No, I know, but he doesn't
screens
do
you
that
can
in Dead by
see.
Daylight.
I know, but I'm saying that.
Oh,
that,
you're
that, like,
referencing-
in
okay,
FNAF,
you're saying
the original
something else.
FNAF
Okay,
3,
yeah.
It's one of the screens you could see that clued people in that Springtrap. Don't fucking
Sorry,
touch me.
you've been doing that like, and my
I'm sorry, it has been.
my
I'm so
like
sorry. That was really
intrusive
loud.
thoughts. Just like, what if I just
Honestly, that was a combination of me being overwhelmed, trying to get a point across, and then you having the intrusive thought, and then me freaking out. But yeah, because originally people didn't know that like
Stooge
Springtrap was
freaks
like a
out.
corpse in the suit, and so one of
Dude
the
hates male touch.
One of, like,
Any
the-
man that touches him freaks him out.
Ew. One of like secret.
No!
I don't know if it was a game
Don't
over
let the guy out!
screen. One of the secret game over screens was like an image of like Springtrap,
Like ripping the
like
mask
ripping
off.
the
Yeah,
mask
yeah,
off, and
he
you could
does,
see
like-
like the face
I
inside, like
hope-
screaming. So I kind of hope.
that the third movie is a bit scary?
Yeah,
I
like,
would
I want
actually.
there to be a
I
scene
know
where
when
he
I said
opens
that
it up and it's
FNAF
just
2
like the
shouldn't be
corpse.
gory. I would not be upset if FNAF 3 was gory because it kind of feels like it has to.
Yeah,
be.
I want to see a scene
The
where he
fact that
opens
it's
the
like
mask.
the spring lock suit and he is just
Yeah,
a
so, like,
corpse on
Vanessa,
there,
and he's like,
I
"It's
would
me,"
actually
and it's
support FNAF 3 being
Yeah.
gory.
He's he's like, it's me, Vanessa, and he pulls them out though, and it's like a corpse of just like
It's
the
just a
eyes
shame that we might
replaced
not be
with, like,
getting
the
a lot of
bulbs.
Matthew Lillard anymore, and it's just going to be like a
do you
dead
mean?
guy.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He'll
if they,
still act it out. He's got the
Yeah,
voice.
I wouldn't be surprised if
You-
they just recast him for somebody else who would be more willing to spend more time in the suit. And
He
then
would
just,
still be. He's still locked. No, he is in the third movie.
Oh, is he?
His
yeah, he's in the
contract
suit.
is for 3 movies.
I didn't know
And
that.
he likes being in the suit. Like, it is a lot of work, but he likes it because he knows he knows he is Springtrap. He knows how
Oh.
important it is. Like, he's talked to his kids about it, and he's talked to even, like, people at cons and stuff about it. He is well aware of how important it is to be Michael Afton. He's willing to go all the way with it.
It's
And,
really
When he signed off to be
fascinating.
Michael Afton, he signed off for 3 films.
Yeah,
It's really fascinating to see people like Matthew Lillard like doing that, or like people like Jim Carrey who
Yeah.
are just
Sonic.
coming back to play Eggman because he likes
Yeah.
being.
And
This is
Eggman.
the golden script
yeah.
that brought Jim Carrey back to acting.
and giving it their all. Like, who would have thought that Matthew Lillard would like want to play Afton?
It's so
and
sad
be
because
killing
Matthew
it as
Lillard
it.
thinks that people only like him because he's like a young because he was Shaggy. Like, Matthew Lillard has been
No,
recently
he's
having a hard
cool.
time with like, I think what is it, like imposter syndrome? And he's like, I think people only like me because I was Shaggy.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
he
Scary
talked about
Movie.
that in a couple interviews before.
You mean Scream?
Scream! Oh my god!
Well, yeah, he
That's
just
the
he
parody
thinks that
version.
people liked him because he used to
What
be
do I
young.
know?
No, he's
And
still
it's like
good.
no,
He's still got it.
I haven't even seen I haven't seen Scream or I haven't seen the Scooby-Doo film. I'm pretty sure my first film with Matthew Lillard ever was FNAF 1. Like, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember ever watching. I've seen scenes, but I don't think I've ever watched Scooby-Doo or Scream. I know I haven't watched Scream.
is really good.
I know.
It is.
I
Domo
really,
really
like
wants to
Eggman.
watch it with me, and it's one of
It
the only
is-
horror films that I would be willing to sit through.
If you
Because I've
do
heard
that,
it's more
very
campy
good.
than horror.
It is very campy.
It's very much a horror movie that it acts as a
parod-
commentary slash not really parody.
It's just
it
a
is
shame
it
what
is
they
still
did
an
with him in the
actual
recent
sli-
Scream movie.
I've heard the new Scream movie wasn't good. I don't know what they did with him, but
Do you want me to spoil it?
He's AI generated.
Yes, yeah, it's not actually
Oh,
Stu
shit,
as
that's
Scream.
really-
He's
It's
AI
yeah.
generated
Yeah.
Matthew
It's not actually
Lillard.
AI. They don't actually use AI, but it is meant to
for like the
interpret.
movie.
Yeah, like
The-
it is
the-
actually
yeah,
Matthew
okay.
Lillard coming back in acting.
He's
but
acting
it's
as
not.
his
in the
AI
universe,
generated
in the movie.
guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
They fucking deep fake him.
Yeah.
We're gonna
It's
have to
dumb.
put,
It's
we're
dumb.
gonna have to put like 16 spoiler warnings.
I said
on
at the
this.
beginning that I'd have all the movies that we talk about as well, which is going to be
during
really
that, like-
funny because it's going to be like all the video game movies, and then Scream like 7's going to be up here, and everyone's going to be like, Scream 7's not a video game movie.
Somebody's
fuck?
skipping into like 2 hours and 8 minutes. What the
Yeah.
I
thought we were talking about hysterectomies.
I definitely think that FNAF 3 could be a great movie, especially by toning down the cast, where it's just almost like a classic slasher of just Springtrap going around, being creepy, like cutting off the lights, like
How
like
the
a classic
fuck are they
slasher
going
movie.
to explain Abby being at Fazbear Fright? Like,
I-
there's no way it's going to be Mike Schmidt and Abby again. There's no fucking way if we're doing Fazbear Fright.
I think it's gonna be Mike Schmidt and Abby again.
Maybe they won't know. Well,
I
yeah, it says Fazbear Fright. Like, no
I
fucking
think-
way
I
is Mike
think
Schmidt going to
Mike-
allow Abby to go to Fazbear Fright. She just got
They
puppeted.
wanna go get they wanna go find Vanessa because she's
I think
disappeared.
Mike is
Yeah.
gonna be like, okay, well,
And then,
Vanessa
like-
could be there, and if not, like Henry Emily wants me to burn this place to the ground. I
True,
think.
I forgot Henry was in 2. I forgot.
Yeah.
And it's the
There's
other
a
guy
lot
who
in 2.
it's the guy
That's
who was
another thing
also
about
in
it.
Scream.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was the other one
yeah.
that Stu
There's-
was like kind of with.
That's another thing about 3 that I think will make it a nice way to tie up at least the trilogy. I'm sure
I
they
hope we
can-
see more of him actually, because I
I'm-
know he was meant to have a much bigger role in 2, and it's a shame that he didn't.
Really?
Yeah, there was like multiple scenes that he was supposed to be in where he was supposed to feel a lot more like, you know, the iconic speech that he gives in FNAF 6, right? They made him
Terminator.
yeah, they
I'm
made
sorry,
him
Elizabeth.
they made him a lot more like, I deeply regret everything that went down at the Fazbear like entertainment. Like, he is very like melancholy and poetic with the way that he speaks.
Yeah.
Like, and the actor did that on purpose because he, like, I'm pretty sure he listened to the dialogue from FNAF World
Yeah,
and,
they
and the
could, they could
dialogue
do that.
at the end of FNAF 6. So he knew that Henry was very much an articulate character, a very, like, kind of old-fashioned with the way that he was speaking.
I
And so
think-
he purposely had that kind of cadence
You're a
during the
good
films,
cat.
but all of his scenes were cut. So, like, the
I-
one scene that we see of him talking to Mike Schmidt, there was a lot more to it, actually, and we were actually going to get, like, Vanessa visiting him,
That's-
and we were going to get flashback scenes with him and Matthew, and it just never came to be, which sucks, because a lot of his dialogue was incredibly enticing, and it, like, pulled you in. Do not turn my computer off. Woohoo! Oh, that's not good.
Oh no.
Are we still going?
I think we are. It didn't stop filming or anything. Oh, but my ring light broke. That's cool. Damn. Well, I mean, that's a good place to stop. That's
I
a
had
very
a thing
good.
to say, but you know what? Should we say goodbye?
Are we still going?
I hope
still
so.
My phone is not on.
Huh?
What happened? Did it stop? When did it stop recording?
Oh no.
That's okay. We still have this.
We still do have this.
It filmed for about an hour and 50 minutes before it stopped. So we've had it'll just be this camera
Why did
Okay.
it
for like
stop? What
half
the
of it.
So do we?
Because I only
want-
have like a certain amount of like memory
Okay.
in my phone.
All right. Well, in that case,
If that's the case, this lighting is going to look a little weird.
That's the end of it. Well, I mean, I was gonna call it eventually, anyways, because we have been recording. For like 2
I was
hours.
gonna say after the FNAF talk, I think we should
Yes,
we could
yes.
like
Yes.
drop it and like end the episode.
All right. Well, that was a good. That was a bit of a spooky ending. Sorry for the lighting being shit now, but that was fun.
This
We will
was
see you
very good
again
conversation.
next month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't forget.
Don't forget.
We don't have a second camera to point to now. Don't forget.
Don't forget.
Don't forget. Stooges. Follow
We're
us
the Stooges.
on. I'm on Twitch.
Subscribe.
He's on
Twitch.
Twitch. He might be on Twitch. soon.
Maybe.
I've done Twitch
Maybe.
soon.
Maybe.
Possibly.
All right.
I'm on Blue Sky. You can find me at GhostGoat with like the 0 instead of like an O because somebody else apparently took it.
That's crazy. That's
Um,
crazy. The 0 is kind of iconic though.
It is kind of.
It is kind of iconic.
So yeah, don't forget.
Don't forget.
Don't forget.
All right. See y'all later.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.
I'll see you all in the next
Bye.
video.
Bye-bye.